That's a wide body beat. That's a wide body beat. That's a wide body beat.
Panther Nation, what's good? Welcome back to Carolina's Armchair GM. I am your host, CJ. All right. So it is week 7. All right. And so far, the Carolina Panthers are 3-3. We are 0-3 on the road and 3-0 at home at Bank of America Stadium. Okay. Now, the reason why I have the preview titled The Ultimate Trap Game is because that's how I feel about it. All right. You have our team who is I ain't gonna say surging, but for us, yeah, we're surging at the moment. We've won 2 in a row. We've won 3 out of 4. Okay, and then we're going away. All right, on the road where we haven't been good this year. Going to the Jets. All right, going to New York to take on the Jets team that is 0-6, and they and their fan base are very hungry for a win. All right. So for me, this just screams trap game all over it. Okay. Hopefully the Panthers get up there and remember that they know how to play football outside of Charlotte NC and Bank of America Stadium. Okay, because it hasn't been that way this season so far. All right. So we'll see. But y'all let me know in the comments. Do y'all agree with me that this is a trap game or not? There is a poll in the comment section. Y'all can take that. I appreciate it. All right. And speaking of appreciating things, I appreciate everybody that's joined. And those of y'all that are on your way in, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Okay. So now I'm about 55 subscribers away from 2,000. All right. My first goal is 2,000 subscribers. So on your way in, hit that like and subscribe button. And whatever platform you're watching on, be it Facebook, YouTube, or X, make sure you like and follow as well. All right. And first off, as usual, let me go ahead and say thank you to all of the members of the front office and the co GMs as well. I appreciate all the love and support. As I always say, whether you re-up every month or whether you were gifted a membership, I thank you for being a member of the front office and one of the co GMs. Okay. So as always, I thank everybody for the love and support, and thank everybody who has gifted me memberships as well. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get into it a little bit. And before we get started, let me bring in the reason why I'm doing the podcast right now. Y'all might have heard him. He went by Couch Scout Extraordinaire. He had 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. But those of y'all that don't know, his new name is Blue Velvet. All right, or Velvet Thunder. I can't remember what Rock Jones or B Amos, whichever one of them said it. But what's going on, cuz? How you doing?
See, that's just to let you know how much bullshit goes into your introduction. That we no longer need to go with this blue velvet theme. See that God don't like ugly. That's all I'm saying. He don't like ugly.
What's the color of them chairs on your picture right there?
The color of the chairs
On your picture on the screen there on your avatar picture. What's the color of them chairs right there?
or the Carolina blue.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
Yeah. Thank you, that blue velvet. All right, let's get into
huh.
it.
What's going on?
Oh
Cause what it is, what it ain't.
man, let me tell you. Hopefully it ain't gonna be a L up in the Big Apple. Hopefully it be a win, and then next time we all convene together will be Victory Monday. All right.
Okay.
But
How's the microphone? How do I sound?
you good. You good. It's got a little bit of an echo in it, but you straight though. You good for the day.
All right. I'm trying to
Yeah.
fix this audio problem while we doing it. Go ahead.
Yeah, now you straight, man. You good. All right,
Uh,
because let me go ahead and ask you this. How are you feeling about the Panthers going into this Jets game overall?
I feel good about it. Of course, I didn't like the fact that Pat Jones is out for the season. I didn't like that Damian Lewis hadn't practiced the past 2 or 3 days. But you know, every team is dealing with injuries and whatnot. Nobody is 100% healthy. Just like we have injuries, the Jets have some as well. I believe that a Garrett Wilson, they number one target, their top receiver, is down. It is out for this game. So you know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it is what it is. I just want us to see. I just want to see us carry over on the road what we've been able to do at home.
I feel you. Yeah, and Garrett Wilson is officially out for the game tomorrow. I read that earlier. So yeah,
Yes.
that's I think that's big for the Panthers. But we're gonna get into the injury report here in a second. Let me go ahead and start off with the comments. All right. B Amos, what's going on with you, big dog? How you doing? And yes, hit that like button, everybody on your way in. Appreciate you. Palmetto Panther said, "Is is it velvet?" Amos said, "Big tone." Josh P, what's going on with you, man? How you doing? Yes, blue velvet. Yeah. My lovely wife, how you doing this morning? Good morning, baby. How you doing? SC Panther Boy 803, what's going on, man? How you doing? MDJ, what's up, man? Said I done caught a live early. Make it a good one, LOL. Okay, I got you. Got you. All right, let's go ahead and get into okay. So, fantasy football. All right. Before we get going, fantasy football, these are the results from week 6 last year. I had a convincing win over the Pound Town Power Rangers. That is Mr. Nakari if he is watching. BBL Giver lost to Famous. FPFO Dylan lost to House Nicholas. I need somebody to beat House Nicholas, please. All right. Low Country lost to Bryce is Right by the slimmest of margins. I mean, the slimmest of margin. What is that? 20? Oh goodness, what was that? 26 tenths of a point. That's crazy. And then Panther Dog Stompers lost to 1 of 1. All right. So if you see the standings there on the right side of the screen, House Nicholas is still at top on top 5-1. I'm 4-2 along with the Pound Town Power Rangers. We have 3 at 3-3, Low Country, 1 of 1, and Famous have 3. Have the rest of everybody else at 2-4. Panther Dog Stompers, FPF Dylan, BBL Giver, and Bryce is Right. All right. And again, I want to thank everybody for joining the Fantasy Football League with me this year. It has been fun so far. And yeah, and I hope I can take the W. And if whoever does take the W, I'm gonna try and send you something nice. All right. But I appreciate everybody for joining. So go for the 910 and hopefully somebody can beat House Nicholas so I can get back to the top. All right. Injury report. Okay. So big news this week coming out of the Panthers injury report. Pat Jones is out for the season. Okay. So he played again in the game against the Cowboys, woke up Monday morning and his back was hurting. All right. So they came in and did some imaging on his back and realized I think he's going to have surgery and he is going to be out for the rest of the season. Now, I don't know exactly what that injury is. If y'all do know, throw it in the chat for me. But I just kind of got the gist of it the other day listening to Dave Canales. Another couple of injuries on here to take note of. Now, this is all per the Panthers website. So Jalen Coker is still listed as questionable, but if I'm not mistaken, the word is that he will be playing on Sunday. Caleb Moulton also should be playing on Sunday. Tershawn Wharton is still questionable with toe. Austin Corbett began his 21-day process to get back into the lineup. Now I don't know if he'll be playing this Sunday or not. But another big injury, also Damian Lewis. Okay. and Damian Lewis is going to be a game time decision, if I'm not mistaken. And I think this is going to be a big one because if Damian Lewis is not going to play, and forgive me because I'm trying to pull up the Panthers depth chart here real quick. But if Damian Lewis is not going to play, who is going to be his backup? And let me pull that up real quick.
It looked like they said that if Damian Lewis is not able to go, Austin Corbett may step in at the left guard position at the same time backing up Austin Corbett at the center position if anything happens. So it looks like
Okay.
they're going to leave Brady Christensen at the right guard position, which I would agree with because I think he plays better on that in that right guard position than he does on the left side.
Okay, I got you. Got you. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking because now they started Jalen Coker's 21-day window last week, but he wasn't a go for the Cowboys game. I think they just started Austin Corbett's this week, if I'm not mistaken. Or I don't know if they started both of them at the same time. And both of Corbett missed last week as well. But now, like I said, we talked about this at length last week. Leave K Mays where he's at. Okay. If Austin Corbett comes back, hopefully he can fill in, for Damian Lewis. Because if Austin Corbett doesn't play, then I think the backup at right guard, let me tell you, boy, ooh, it's good Lord, this is thin. Hold on a second. Let me go back to the Panthers official site here
Yeah, you're
because
not saying ghost.
man, I'm
You
telling you, God,
hey, what
dog.
what what you think you see? That's what you see. Yeah, it
Okay.
don't look good.
Uh, okay, hey, so there is one there is one person on the list here, and it is Jake Curhan. Okay, so he is listed as the official backup for Brady Christensen on the Panthers depth chart. Because if I'm not mistaken, I don't see Jalen Coker nor Austin Corbett on the Panthers official website. Okay. But we'll see come game time tomorrow. We'll see. But Pat Jones is a big injury, and me and Tone were talking about this. So Tone, let me ask you what I said I was going to ask you when we got live. What do you think about Well, I'm gonna ask you what you asked me. All right, what do you think about the Panthers going out and possibly bringing somebody in for the trade deadline to replace Pat Jones? Or do you think that we have the depth right now to not necessarily get by, but to keep going as we are for the rest of the season, barring any more injury?
Barring any more injuries, I think we are still in a good position. You just hate to see that one of your starters, one of your free agent acquisitions that you made this year, that was
Hmm.
providing you a spark on the defense. It was one of the reasons in helping your rookies come along and learn the NFL game, and they
Hmm.
were all helping to establish, to set the edge to be a cog in the run game. And
Hmm.
like Nick Scorton said in his locker room interview, that's like his big brother, and he hated for him. So now it's up to him and Presley, especially Presley, to step up and get more snaps, which I think he would benefit from, and I think they both would benefit from Pat Jones' absence. But you just hope that you don't have any more injuries at that position, because
Okay.
if you want to rotate the three players, Presley, Nick, and DJ Warnham, if you got a three-man rotation going on like that, Boogie Basham or Thomas Incoon, you know, can I uh when you got those guys, I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix my computer as well.
Oh, you
But
good, bro? You
yeah,
good?
those guys, man, throw them in the rotation as well. Then they're going to get some experience that can help you hopefully later on down the road throughout the season. You just can't afford to have any more injuries. And even though the Panthers have become have are doing a really good job as far as stopping the run, they are ranked like 30th or 31st in the league when it comes to sacks and applying pressure on the quarterback. And I think with um, Pat Jones, I know I just say, did I say it's Pat Jones? That's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat Jones. With him gone now, because he was the only one to me that was like really applying that pressure, so that pressure now will have to come from somewhere, and hopefully they can take advantage of this New York Jets offense. The Broncos sacked Justin Fields 9 times last week, so there's some vulnerability for the Panthers to take advantage of on the offensive line and hope that can turn into two, maybe three sacks. I'm not gonna say they're gonna go out there and do what Denver did, but
Yeah.
they got to get something.
I feel. Do you think that this defense can, especially with Pat Jones being out, with the woes that the Jets have had as far as protecting their quarterback, do you think this defense can get a few sacks without having to blitz a whole lot? Because I keep bringing this up. Evero showed a lot of aggressiveness against the Falcons. And to me personally, from what I've seen, that aggressiveness has just been tossed out of the window. He blitzed quite a lot in that Atlanta game and hasn't really done it much since.
Yeah, it, it could be, it
Okay.
could be.
All right. I got you. Oh, excuse me. And said why we not playing Bam and Barnes yet? Bam Martin Scott is Christian Roseboom's backup and Barnes. I'm trying to figure out who you talking about Barnes here. Probably somebody they might have Barnes. Might have been somebody that was cut. I don't know. Let me know the first name, Panthers boy. All right. So injury report. Pat Jones done for the year. Jalen Coker should be back tomorrow. Um uh can't think of his name. Damn, Taylor Moton is right here in front. Taylor Moton should be back tomorrow. We'll see about Austin Corbett and Damian Lewis and Turk Wharton as well. Okay. Now, what to expect from this Jets defense, okay? And we're going to go by the numbers here. So, in total defense, Chris Barnes. Chris Barnes, I got you, Panthers boy. From what I can tell, Chris Barnes is not on the team anymore. So we'll see. I'll double check that here in a little bit. All right, but defense. So in total defense, the Jets are ranked 20th. Passing defense, they're ranked 10th. Run defense, ranked 23rd. Okay, so this is going to be the third week in a row that we are facing a team who is ranked in the 20s as far as run defense. Okay, I think Miami was ranked God, I forgot what they were ranked. It was like 27th, 28th or something like that. And hell, Dallas was ranked dead last week. And I'm pretty sure Rico made sure they stayed dead last. All right, scoring they're 28th, red zone 18th, third down they are ninth. Okay, because any of this stand out to you, and you got any thoughts on any of these position rankings for the Jets defense?
I mean, no. I'm surprised that they run defense is only 23rd. I thought they had a better run defense than they did pass defense. But because I know previously, the past couple years, they have been pretty stout up front when it
Mm-hmm.
comes the run defense. So the numbers are what the numbers are. I know Javante Williams had a good day running on them for Dallas, and of course
Mm-hmm.
Dallas didn't have that with us. So
Yeah.
you never know.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and speaking of run defense, guess who in the NFL is ranked number 9 at run defense, 94.5 yards a game?
Panthers.
The Panthers. Hey, remember I told you the other day? I said if it wasn't for that damn Jacksonville Jaguars game and that damn 200 yards, we might be number one. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
we might be number one. That damn
yeah.
Jaguars game messed
At
our
least in
run
the top
defense up.
five.
Yes, definitely will be in the top five.
Yeah, at
Definitely.
least in the top
And,
five.
and the crazy thing is, so the Dolphins are dead last, 168 yards a game, and then the Cowboys are 29th, 142 yards. All right, so
Mm.
that's wild. Let me tell you, man, and a little off topic, but boy, when I say the Cowboy fans held true to form this week, bro, I was posting some clips on TikTok. Well, I posted 2 clips on TikTok. Oh my god, I got hit with how many rings you got? Update me when y'all get some rings. Me and this one
Hey,
dude went back and
that's they
forth.
go to. That's they
me
go
and this
to.
me and this one cat went back and forth all week long. Update me when y'all beat a real team. I said, update me when y'all beat a real team. I said, yeah, y'all ain't beating no damn body. Talking about some update me when y'all not a trash franchise. I said, dude, I said, update me when y'all not a trash franchise. I told him, I said, update me when y'all them boys again. I said, update me when y'all can dust them VHS tapes out of y'all closet, and put them back in and find something to play them on. You know what I mean? I was like, bruh. So, what was the last time you update me when you go to the playoffs? I said, update me when y'all go to the playoffs and actually do something. I said, come on, bro. I put I said, dude, I said I can do this all day. Tony will tell you, you don't know my level of petty until you actually know my level of petty. I can
They
talk
don't
shit
even
all day.
they don't even understand. They don't even
I can
understand what
talk
they signed up for.
I can talk trash all day. And then, so on top of that, and then so I saw a post and I forgot who put it out. So the Panthers fans and the Falcons fans were going at it on Twitter all week. And I'm like, well, damn, what's going on? So I found the post. And so, the Falcons have the number one ranked defense and number 2 ranked offense. So somebody listed the
Hmm.
games, and then when it came to them getting beat by us 30-0, they deemed it as an anomaly. Man, let me tell you, boy. I said, okay,
Mm.
this is where this crap started here,
Yeah, I
because
remember
you had
seeing that.
you had the Falcons fans screaming, and this is the definition of an anomaly, something that happens out of the norm, blah blah. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. But my thing is, so y'all are counting, these first 5 or 6 games as y'all norm for how long? You know what I mean? If it's the season ain't over yet, you know what I mean? Like there's still the chance that y'all might go out there and get um beat by 30 by another team or something. But then, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie. I know we beat them 30-0, but I kind of felt them a little bit on that. I was just like, all right, Panther fans, like come on now, we beat them 30-0. That was a few weeks ago. Like let's let's let that joint go. But it's kind of hard
Right,
though. It's kind of
right.
hard because it is the Falcons, and it's just
But
like the
what?
Cowboys game. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah. Now I was gonna say what's crazy to me is how is the Falcons all of a sudden have the number one ranked offense in the league and the number two ranked defense? Like how that work?
No, flip them around. Number 1 defense and number 2
Oh,
offense, if I ain't mistaken. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, something like that. But either or, I don't care how you flip it. How,
hmm
how they number one, number two? That's what I don't
I
get.
mean, average yards per game. That's what they going on. Now, mind you, Bijan Robinson is Bijan Robinson, but the thing that gets me is, a lot of the Falcons fans. It seemed like they were split on it too. Some of them would join in, but like, yeah, something special being built, and then there were a lot of them, like, yeah, whatever, we got beat 30-0, or they're like, it's too early to tell, or make it consistent, or whatever. And I think they
Right.
beat the Bills. They beat the Bills, and yeah. So I mean, I'm not hating on them. Shout out to the Falcon fans. Shout out to all the musty pigeons out there. I'm with you. You winning, you winning. Hopefully when we
Man,
meet
damn,
again, we can go ahead,
damn them.
Tony. Oh
I'm
God.
hating on them. I'm gonna let them know. I'm hating.
Oh man. All right. So this has been the defense right here. What I see here is a lot of opportunities to keep on doing what the Panthers have been doing. Okay, let the run game go out there and speak for itself and be a vessel, for moving the ball down the field, grinding out the clock, and making plays not necessarily easier, but opening up things for Bryce Young in the passing game as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm wondering. I'm pretty sure that Sauce is probably going to travel with Tet the whole game. So my thing is, we still got Leggett, Poker's coming back, Renfro, Jimmy Horn. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right. Okay. So let's take a look at the offense. All right. Total offense, the Jets are ranked 29th. Pass offense, 32nd. Rush offense, they're fifth. All right. Scoring 25th. Red zone 16th. Third down 31st. Okay. And I looked up the numbers for the Jets. Brees Hall has 410 yards rushing, but then Justin Fields right behind him has 235. All right, scrambling out the pocket. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's where a good chunk of their rush yards have come from. But even still, though, that fifth ranked run defense hasn't amounted to much of nothing as far as their total. Sorry, offense overall. Okay, they're still 25th in scoring. Third downs are 31st. All right, which hopefully translates into this game as well. The Panthers can get them off the field on third down and get back to our offense and our run game. Okay. Um, but yeah, Tone, tell me what you think about the Jets here in their offensive ranking.
Well, the offense is pitiful. The run game. I mean, to be quite frank, I don't know why. I don't know why Aaron Glenn wanted to hook his first opportunity as being a head coach to Justin Fields being his quarterback. I understand that he wanted to give the young man a chance, and
Mm-hmm.
rightfully so. He has been done wrong, at his last stop, especially when he was with the Bears and whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
over the course of time, people show you who they really are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Justin Fields don't look like the Justin Fields that was at Ohio State. Justin Fields don't look like the Justin Fields that in his last collegiate game he threw 6 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't
Mm-hmm.
look like that player for whatever reason. And because I try to defend him, coming to the league, it's going to take time. It's going to take a minute. You got to have the right coaching. You got to be in the right system. Chicago had none of those things. To support him. Um, that to support him when he first came into the league, and now honestly, it don't even look like the Jets had that. You got a first time offensive coordinator, play caller. Nobody's never heard of this guy that's the offensive coordinator for the Jets. I know he came with Aaron Glenn from Detroit. I think he was like an assistant um, for Ben Johnson on the offensive side. But
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know what to say, but what I will say on a positive note, he is dangerous. The boy runs a
Mm-hmm.
4.340. He's a big guy, hard to bring down. But if you can um keep gap integrity and collapse the pocket on him, then you got him right where you want him. And now that his number one target is not available, you're probably gonna see a lot of targets going towards Mason Taylor, the rookie out of LSU. So
Mm-hmm.
what has been Carolina weakness all season long? The tight ends. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We haven't done a good job of covering tight ends. So it's going to be something. I just hope that we step up to the plate and we continue to play defense like we've been playing so far this season, especially what we've done the past 2 weeks, and the offense get another little extra boost for the simple fact that Jalen Coker will be back. So I am anxious to see what that's going to look like. What does that mean for Jimmy Horn, Jr. or Bryson Tremaine? As
Mm-hmm.
far as with their snap count, in the offense. So we'll see.
Okay, I feel you. I feel you. Me personally on this Jets offense, I mean, I ain't want to say it, but yeah, they look pretty pitiful. But I'm hoping that 32nd ranked pass offense right here means that there will be opportunities for our pass rushers to have time to get to Justin Field. Okay, in a lot of these
Hmm.
games, we were like this close, being able to get to Michael Penix, being able to get to Dak Prescott, being able to get to Tua from the Dolphins, even though we did sack Tua
Yeah,
once or twice, if I'm not
yeah. I
mistaken.
think it was like once or twice.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I know Pat Jones got one. I can't remember if somebody else got another one. But
Oh,
hopefully,
Brian Burns got one. Brian Burns got one on Pat on a tour. Yeah,
you said Brian Burns.
Not Brian Burns. Derek Brown. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Derek Brown went running at his ass wobbling side. When I watched the all 22,
Yeah.
I said, damn, I ain't know Derek Brown ran like that. He was doing one of these numbers going at him. I said, I ain't even gonna say nothing. Go ahead and get him,
Well,
man.
he put a nasty swim move on the
Man, he
center,
did.
and he was trying to get up. He was trying to get upfield as quick as
Mm-hmm.
possible. So, hey, when
Yeah.
you see that big silverback ran at you, you gonna have to fold. Yeah, your best bet is to fold.
Yeah. And seeing the difference is this week, hopefully Derek Brown can make those same type of swim moves on their guards, centers, whatnot. But he's not going to be able to chase down Justin Fields. Like if he sees him coming and is able to run away from him. And like I said, like you were saying, hopefully we can keep that pocket around Justin Fields, small enough to where if he doesn't have options down the field, he won't be able to take off, and our edge rushers and defensive tackles will be able to get a hand on him and get him down. And the crazy thing is, now this is a 32nd ranked pass defense. Even because if I'm not mistaken, this is the first game that Garrett Wilson has missed, right? So you still had Garrett Wilson out there, and the
Hmm.
passing offense is just not been there.
Yeah.
Now the rush offense. I am hoping that we will see the same results from Brees Hall that we've seen the past 2 weeks from was it Achan? I think that's how you say his name, Devin Achan, and Javante Williams from the Cowboys as well. So hopefully,
Right.
hopefully we can continue to do that. All right. Scoring their 25th, red zone 16th, third down, they're 31st. So we'll see. We'll see. And the crazy thing is cuz the last two games, and then you include this one as third game, we have played a team who was without their number one wide receiver. Tyreek Hill got hurt the week before the Dolphins game. CD Lamb got hurt 2 weeks before the Cowboys game last week. And then now Garrett Wilson is going to be out this week. And I never pray for anybody to get hurt. Don't pray for nobody downfall at all. But I I,
Right.
I I can't lie. The Panthers have had a stroke of luck when it comes to the other team's injury. Okay. And like I
Look,
said,
I don't.
let me say this: I pray for all of them to come back and be able to play again. I don't wish no harm on nobody, but it's been a good run of luck for the Panthers as far as injuries.
Listen, I don't pray on nobody's downfall, but I'm not opposed for them taking a sick day, and it advantageous for us. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not against that.
Hey, look, then next game, let Josh Allen take a mental health day. Get his mind right
You
after he
know what I'm
finally beat
saying?
him.
Like
Even
something happened on the ranch. He need to take personal time, personal leave, deal with whatever happened on the ranch, and
hmm
he gotta do what he gotta do. You know?
this is true. This is
Yeah.
true. That is hilarious. But even though they got a bye week this week, so I guess this is going to be their mental health day. Hopefully he don't get his mind too back together before they come to Bank of America Stadium. All right.
Yeah,
But like I
for
said, but
real.
overall, I see a lot of opportunity for the Panthers defense here, as well against the Jets offense. Okay. All right. So keys to victory. Again, stop the run, no turnover. All right. Bryce did have an interception last week, but I'm happy to say, and I'm not happy it was an interception, but from a Bryce Young standpoint, I'm happy that it really wasn't his fault. Tet dropped the ball, and like I said on the recap, the same smoke that I, given XL for the drops he had last year, got to get that same smoke to Tet. You know what I mean?
Yep, that
For
is
dropping
true.
passes too. You know what I mean? We can't come up here and get on the XL all
Yeah,
the time, because Ted has dropped a few passes this season.
but
Still,
you know what's the
mhm,
difference though? The difference between the two, the difference between the two is I actually believe Tech has more drop passes than Xavier Leggett. Well, he will because he's been talking to more than Xavier Leggett. But with Tech, he may drop a pass, he will make up for it later
look at the
on
comment.
or the next play. I can
Yeah.
see it.
Oh,
What is
Cameron
that?
Duckett said Tech make up for his drops. XL won't.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
now
exactly.
mind you, XL had a good game versus the Dolphins and whatnot. But I think sometimes, now mind you, not this one, but most of
Hmm.
Tech's drops this season, I think has been him trying to catch the ball one handed. Okay. Some
Okay.
plays, the defender may have had his arm, and then I was a couple on which just like, he's going up trying to catch the ball with one hand, and I think a lot of those plays too, that one hand might have been his only option. I don't know if he would have been able to stretch both hands out there and make those plays or whatnot. But nothing that too much to be worried about. From a Ted McMillan standpoint. Okay. But like I said, no turnovers, limit big plays, and we saw that last week. Okay, that did not happen last week because um George Pickens was Dallas' entire offense. Okay. He was their entire offense. Dak had 261 yards passing. George Pickens had 168 yards receiving. Okay. And
Facts.
there were three really big plays in that game. The one catch on Mike Jackson where he got free of him and then went hurled over Nick Scott and got down in the red zone. Actually got down inside the 10. Then there was another play again on Mike Jackson where George Pickens caught that a little end route, and then ran through the rest of the defense for a touchdown. And there was another play where JC got burnt too. Now, mind you, JC was right there with him. Okay. And what JC
Yeah,
did was JC tried to stretch out and knock the ball down, but he just missed it. But by doing that, he took his feet off the ground and he left the ground and he couldn't make the tackle because when George Pickens caught the ball, JC fell to the ground. Okay, and then George
yeah,
Pickens got a few more yards after that as well. And the usual against his Panthers defense, they backing up, 10, 12 yards from the wide receivers, and George Pickens going out, they doing comeback routes. He got a few yards on those plays as well. But when I say limit big plays in this game, without Garrett Wilson, um, we don't know exactly where those big plays may come from as far as the Jets wide receivers and tight ends. But you still have a Brees Hall and a Justin Fields himself, with being able to scramble and get out of the pocket. Okay. So hopefully we can limit
right.
those plays. Um Keep Fields in the pocket, and we talked about this at the last slide as well. He is a running threat. He is fast. He's a big dude. Okay, if we can keep that pocket collapsed around him and not give him, these big spaces or big gaps, in the line to be able to run through and make plays. Because the thing is, you don't want to go out here first down, second down, and then you give up a cheap third down. All right, then you stop them on first, stop them on second, because y'all know if it's third down and if it's third down in about 3 inches, okay, Giro Evero is going to play his cornerbacks 35 yards off the line of scrimmage. Okay, I think it would have to be third down and a few millimeters. before he would think about bringing his DBs up and playing tight on the or tight coverage on the wide receiver. Okay. And I don't mean that literally. That's just me exaggerating. But, my thing is you don't want to stop him on first down, second down, and then give up these little cheap third downs to Justin Fields being able to scramble, getting out the pocket. Okay. And dominate the
Hmm.
trenches. Okay. Like the Panthers have been doing for the past two games on the offensive side of the ball, the hog mollies up front. Y'all move these guys out of the way, open up these running lanes, and let Rico and Chuva go to work. Okay. And on the defensive side of the ball, all right. I seen a play last week where Derek Brown got triple teamed, and still made the damn tackle or still in on the tackle. Okay. So my thing is they keep their gap integrity, keep slowing down, keep not slowing down, keep stopping, the run game of these opposing offenses, but in one step further, be able to get to Justin Fields and actually get him to the ground and sack him behind the line of scrimmage. Okay. Tony, you got anything different, any different keys to victory for you?
No, you got it right there. Like you said, we talked about keeping Fields in the pocket, um, limited big plays. I'm looking if the big plays are to happen. I think it'll be in the run game. Something especially with Justin Fields. Break Brees Hall. He may break one or two or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I have confidence in um yeah, I have confidence in our run defense. So yeah, really no difference than what you have it there right now.
Hey, ain't isn't that a great thing to say? We have confidence in our run defense. Who would have thought?
Yes, I know, right?
Who would have thought that we would be up here and say, you know what? Yeah, we got confidence in this run defense, but I'm not mad at it. I'm glad that we can get up here and actually say that from the run defense that we've had for the past couple of years, as Panther. All right. Said that D line get, man. Let me tell you, it sure does. It sure does, and that was not the case. That was not.
Yeah,
Let me tell you,
facts.
I always, like I said, and I stand on this. I always thought that Shy Tuttle was playing out of position, but I can't lie.
Facts.
Every game you get out there, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is the game. And then you look out there and you see Shy Tuttle lined up over the center, and I'm just, oh, I'm like, bruh, come on, like, come on. But Derek Brown was sorely missed last year, but it is good to have that rotation in there because now mind you, they have Bobby Brown the third listed as a backup defensive end, but I also can't you can't discredit the job that he has done as well. Okay, if you go back and
I
look at
don't
a
I
lot of
don't want to
college
see
clips.
I don't want to see him playing defensive end no longer. He needs to be a nose guard.
He really
LaAshawn and
does.
Derek LaAshawn Robinson play one defensive end and Derek Brown play the other. He does not need to be playing defensive end. Ashawn does not need to be playing nose tackle. Play them in their natural positions. If Bobby Brown needs a
Yeah.
break, if Bobby Brown needs a break, two or three plays or what have you, bring in Cam Jackson. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. People forget Cam Jackson is a big dude, man. That's a big motherfucker right there, boy. Cam, Cam Jackson is a big dude. But I saw him as a couple plays that he got in this past week because now mind you, I ain't gonna lie. We were there at the game. Yo, but it was funny because you were on the phone with me when I made my little clip of the Cowboys buses leaving. But man, let me tell you, I did learn my lesson. I'm going to a Dallas Cowboys game here in Charlotte. We left the house at
Mm.
11:30. 11:30. We got to Graham and Statesville, and the traffic was back all the way up there, all the way. I mean, all the way. We didn't get to our seats until the third series of the game. Okay, we got to our seats when Dallas started their second series. But yeah, but you know me, I got YouTube TV, so I'm walking across the street watching everything on my phone, going up the escalator, going in the door. So yeah, but it was all good. But I definitely learned my lesson. Going to a game involving the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, I saw somebody I saw somebody say they said okay Dallas fans they said y'all be safe when y'all drive back to Gastonia.
Oh wow, wow,
Yeah. Hey, but
damn
you
it.
know what, Roadmaster? You do got a point though. You do got a point. Don't change your thing. It's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Okay. All right. Cool bean. All right. So enemy spotlight. All right, and let me get this off of second. But so I got Brees Hall and Justin Fields on here because I do think if they are oh hold on, Jim Ducker said who better, Ray or Crumedy. I ain't gonna lie, if I had to pick right now, I gotta go with LeBron Ray. Gotta go
Yeah,
with LeBron Ray.
LeBron Ray been balling.
Yeah, he been playing good since he got back.
He's been balling.
Crumedy hasn't really showed me a whole lot of anything. Because he's been hurt his first what 2 seasons, if I'm not
Has
mistaken,
he
and I
been
think
active? Has he been active?
I want to say yeah, I want to say yeah. I think he's
Hmm.
played a little bit this year, but as far as who's better right now, you got to go with LeBron Ray. Gotta go with LeBron Ray because I mean, my thing
Yeah.
is this: you have heard his name being called, being in on plays these past couple games. I don't think I still heard Jaden Crumedy's name called um for doing much of anything. Now, no slight to the young
Facts.
man, you know what I mean, but LeBron Ray came back and is I ain't gonna say like making like a gigantic impact, but he's out there playing and being involved in plays and making plays. So yeah, definitely got
Yeah.
to go with LeBron Ray on that one. He said good. I got you. I got you. All right, but I got these two up here because from offensive standpoint, these two are probably going to be the players that if any big plays are made, they're probably going to be made by Justin and Brees. Um, don't know exactly what Justin Fields is going to be able to do without Garrett Wilson. They do have oh goodness, what's the receiver you said, Tony, the one from LSU?
Oh, Mason Taylor, the tight
Okay.
end.
The tight end, Mason Taylor.
Yeah.
And I do know they have I think it's Reynolds, Adam Lazar, and I can't remember the other wide receiver that I saw on the depth chart
Mason
earlier.
Mason Taylor is the son of Hall of Famer
Zach
Jason
Taylor.
Taylor. He used to play for the
I
no. Jason
want to
Taylor
say
used to play
Zach.
for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, I know who he was talking about because I was like, ooh, the tight end, the defensive end from Miami. I don't know why I called him Zach,
Hmm.
but okay. Well,
Yeah, I don't know why you did that.
hey look, I'm getting old and slow in the
Uh,
brain here, but yeah, but but I think if the Panthers defense can go out there, like I said, one, if we continue containing the run like we have been in the past with Brees Hall, the past few games, I think that's going to be good for us. Our defense, and on the flip side of that for our offense, okay. But my only not reservation, but what I want them to make sure they do is to keep Justin Fields in the pocket. I know I've said this 40 times since we started this live. But I think
mhm.
that's probably one of the main threats that we're going to have, from Justin Fields is his ability to be able to get out the pocket and run. Okay. So I think if we can limit, hopefully stop, both of these, we should be good to go from a defensive standpoint. They should be good to go.
Yes.
But again, I'm never going to sit here and say that or this is a given. Or we going to do this. Nah. Because let me tell you, any given Sunday in the NFL, any given Sunday, ask Atlanta fans, ask Dolphins fans, and ask Cowboys fans because they all had the same reaction. We got beat by the Panthers. The Panthers? That
Hmm.
tell you, all three of those fan bases said the same thing. They could not believe they got beat by the Carolina Panthers. and that's why I say any given Sunday. Okay, but
Any given
it's
Sunday.
for before this Panthers team, I don't think it's just a oh well crap, the sun shines on every dog's ass at least once. I don't think it's that type of thing with the Panthers anymore. Okay, at least so far this season,
Right.
we have seen this consistently, especially from our defense. Okay, and if we can see our offense consistently run the ball, grind the clock, and Bryce go out there and make timely throws like he has been in the past two games. Like I said, it's not necessarily not a coincidence, but just a wow moment. Like y'all did that. Like hopefully this turns into something like, oh, okay, well, you know what? Well, I kind of expected that out the Panthers because that's what they've been doing. So hopefully we can get to
Right.
that point, and then it's not all this. Now, mind you, I don't want to hear a damn New York Jets fan come out their mouth and say we lost to the Panthers. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. If that is the case, I do not want to hear none of them say that. None of them. All right. But we'll see. Romancer says Phil said his legs tired. He would have been their leading rusher tomorrow. Man, let me tell you, boy. What's up, Nate? How you doing? So we stopped the run. We will have stop the run. We'll have two ints. I hope so, dog. I hope so. I hope so. I want the Panthers to be able to get a few turnovers. Hopefully, take a few back for some scores, maybe, or set up some short fields for this Panthers offense. I agree. SC Panthers boy said the main problem with a lot of these teams, they base their whole team around one player, and then when he goes out, they're done. I'm glad we didn't do that. Facts, facts, facts. I agree with you on that one. I definitely. All right, but yeah. Well, as far as the Jets go, I mean, their wide receiving core is pretty much Garrett Wilson. Yeah, but hey, Natone, let me ask you this. Okay, let me ask you this. So do you think
Okay.
that Justin Fields, I don't know what kind of contract he signed. I don't know if it was 1 year, 2 year, or what. But do you think he's just like an experimental bridge quarterback to see how this goes? And because as it stands right now, the Jets will probably have the number one pick. Okay. So do you think this was a let's see how this goes, and then we'll see what we can do in the draft with Justin Fields? Or do you think they went out there with the mindset of, we can win with him?
Mm.
2 years. Thank you, Black Shear.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Like I really don't understand what their rationale was in not trying to retain Aaron Rodgers, and you put all your eggs in one basket with Justin Fields. Like, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing Justin Fields has done thus far in his career to show you or lead you to believe that he's a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I don't hate on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Justin Fields fan, but the truth is the truth. You are who you are at this point. You're not like in year two or year three. Like I think this is like year five or maybe
Mm-hmm.
six for
Yeah.
Justin Fields. And honestly, I don't think they're running him or using him properly. I think if he was playing for what was the Eagles head coach before Raheem Morris? He's the offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh right now, Arthur Smith.
Off of
If he
Smith.
was
Okay.
playing for off Arthur Smith, or if he was playing um the coordinator that used to be in Baltimore, but that's with the San Diego Chargers right now. Those type of coordinators know how to use a dual threat quarterback. You know what I'm saying? They know how to implement his running game into their offense because at this point in time, his number one asset is his legs, not his arm. You know, people when he first came into the league want to try to compare him to Lamar Jackson. Well, in college he was a better passer than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson had become a better passer in the NFL than Justin Fields. Lamar Jackson can hurt you both ways. Justin
Yeah.
Fields can't right now. You know what I'm saying? So with the way that things are going right now in New York,
Hmm.
and from the quarterback position, and you have a pretty good defense, I think they can be playing better than what than what they are currently. The Jets would be crazy not to go after a quarterback, whether it's in free agency or the draft next year.
Hmm.
They will be absolutely crazy if they came back and said, "Well, Justin Fields is our quarterback. He's our day one starter next year." They will have lost their damn mind.
Yeah. Yeah. For what he's put out so far this season. Yeah. Hey, but real quick though, why does it look like Brees Hall just found some raisins in his potato salad and looked up like, "Hmm?" That's the official picture from the team website.
Hey, hey, Brees Hall is looking like Conley. Get this shit out my face. Would you be so kind to please remove this?
Oh God, yo.
He got that. I know you fucking lying.
Yo, when I first saw that picture put it on, I was like,
Oh God,
I said, okay. I wonder what the hell they told him. They like smile, like freeze, bitch, or something. Oh
boy,
God, yo. Hey, but
that is crazy.
Fantasy Pants boy said Aaron Rodgers' attitude gets in his way. No team wants to deal with that. Well, he went to the perfect
Yeah,
squad for that because Mike Tomlin is not dealing with anybody's attitude. I don't give a damn who they are. But yo, okay, Tony and the chat. You got your other thing working, cuz?
yeah. I'm
You see
about to
me?
hang up on my phone. Yeah.
Okay, all right,
All right.
all right. When you do that, I'll add you to the stage. All right, all right. You there?
Yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Hey, there you go. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, man.
Hey, sound like
Sorry,
you put
sorry
your
for all
you
the.
sound like you got your big boy mic now. That's what's up.
Yeah, yeah. That I do. I do. I do.
Hey, but because did you see when after Aaron Rodgers threw that a touchdown pass with his offensive lineman when they were going off the field, his offensive lineman jumped on him and took him to the ground. Aaron Rodgers got up, turned around, looked
No,
down, and was like, "Get the fuck off of me."
that was all the comedy that I needed. You hear me? You.
Oh my god, yo.
Oh, I was like, I don't know what this dude was thinking. I don't know who he thought Aaron Rodgers was, but that was not the move. Aaron Rodgers was not having that.
Man, hey,
He
and the
was not
funny thing
having it.
is, and you know what I noticed, I guess maybe it's just because I don't know. I for whatever reason I always notice like the players' helmets. Like I can promise you, I can tell when somebody has changed the helmet. So you remember, Aaron Rodgers has had that old style helmet forever. Like the same helmet he's had since he's been in the league. I don't know what brand it is, but it's the 2 bar face mask. And it's 2 bar on the top, bar across, and the 2 bars like right
Yeah,
here. Okay, and then he has that white like leather strap that buttons up. Okay, and then I said, I'll be damned. I said they finally got that Joker to change his helmet. But instead of the like the zip up face mask chin straps, they
yeah.
added that same chin strap to his, that old school one, where he button up on one side, then he flip it up and Jesus, and buckle it up on the other. And I don't know why. And I said, damn, I said, you know what? I said, yeah, it would take him going to Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin be like, hey man, they really pressed me about this helmet. You either change this damn helmet or you ain't playing. I
I tell
said
you one
he
thing.
go ahead. Will.
Go ahead. No, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
No, I was just gonna say he at the right spot now. He definitely at the right
Yeah,
spot. They ain't gonna put up with his junk. What up, Slick Vic?
I tell you what. Aaron Rodgers had 4 touchdowns the other night, and all 4 of them went to 3 different tight ends.
Dang.
He's using the hell out those tight ends. All three tight ends caught touchdowns from him. DK Metcalf didn't catch any. I mean, he didn't catch no touchdowns. I'll say
Mm-hmm.
that. But all I think he threw three or four. I think he threw four. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All four went to tight ends.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, I wish I had known that. Play some of them in my fantasy league, but
Nadar
it's all good.
Nadar said Justin Fields had no interceptions this season. I hope it changed tomorrow. Well, hell, Nadar, if you can't throw the ball, you won't have no interceptions. Oh God, dog.
Look, Tom, leave him alone until Victory Monday. Hopefully, okay. Let him
Yeah, I
be.
know, right? I know, right? I
Let
know.
him be.
Cause
Hey,
listen,
uh-huh.
they are trying to make Justin Fields out to be something that he's not. And me and you have had this conversation for the past over the past couple years, off and on, and I'm like, it 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 drives me crazy as to why these teams that are drafting these quarterbacks first overall in the top 5, top 10, they quote unquote franchise quarterbacks, but you don't want to tailor offense around them. What you saw on tape for those quarterbacks to be successful in college, that's what you need to design your offense around. Stop trying to fit a round hole, a round circle in in a square peg. It don't work
Mm-hmm.
like that. And
Yeah.
we look at some of these quarterbacks that become first round draft picks for teams, and we wonder why they don't pan out. Well, it's not always on the player. A lot of times it's on the organization. They were picking
Mm-hmm.
number one for a reason. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? They had that number one spot for a reason.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to me. It's like tailor the offense around what he does well. He's not a go through the progressions type of quarterback. One, two, three, four. Give him
Mm-hmm.
half the field. Give him two progressions, and let him do his thing. If it's not there, take off and run.
Yeah, facts. But you know what? And again, too, I think it's a lot, and I think you could possibly say the same thing here in Carolina.
Square
Okay,
peg in a round hole. That's right,
yeah.
Rashad.
Hey,
I was all
but you
messed up.
you could also say the same thing here in Carolina with Bryce Young and Frank Wright. Okay,
Yeah,
I think we all know
exactly.
that Bryce was was a Tepper pick. Okay, and Frank was stubborn. And the thing is, Bryce and Frank Wright did not mesh, did not gel, whatsoever at all. But you also got a lot of these coordinators, and even and our defensive coordinator, okay, Ejiro Evero. What's the one thing that we should be doing with our star $100 million cornerback? We should be letting him travel on the other team's best wide receiver. Okay, but in his offense, I mean his defense, that's not what they do. And even Dave Canales
Yeah,
kind of defended it the other day a little bit. I didn't see the whole thing. I just kind of read a clip about it. You know what I mean?
he
But
did. He did. He tried to defend it.
yeah, and but I will say this, you got a lot of these teams out here that they bring these guys in, and it's like, okay, well, cool. This is my offense. You're gonna have to fit into it, right? Like you're saying,
Right.
instead of
Right.
okay, well, and sometimes I'm just like, why do you go out and draft a quarterback that you know does not fit into your offensive scheme? Now, and like I said, a lot of
Yeah.
time it's because somebody told them that's who they want to draft. You have a lot of these teams that have success when they go out here and they draft a quarterback, and somebody was like, okay, well, I have this type of system. I need this type of quarterback. These are the quarterbacks that fit this system. We're going to draft, one of these. Now, mind you, kind of like Dave Canales. Now, Bryce probably wasn't the typical quarterback that he would have drafted. If the decision was up to him, if he was here, a few years ago. But I
Mhm.
will, say shout out to him for trying for him and Dan Morgan, trying to it looks like they're trying to figure out exactly,
He fits
what
into
they need.
Canales' system. He fits into Canales' system. You know,
Okay.
when if you go back, and I hate to get on this on a Bryce subject right now, but if you just go back and look at his offense, the pro style offense that he ran in Alabama, a lot of
Mm,
times they ran 11 personnel or 12 personnel. When Bryce needed to get a key third down or you wanted to see a shot play, you saw them with an empty backfield, 4 or 5 receiver sets.
yeah.
And I saw somebody ask that question on Twitter a couple weeks ago. Why Carolina running 5 receiver sets on third down, third and short, this and that? I said, well, Bryce do his best work when he don't have to do much, especially reading the defense. People don't understand when you're going 4 or 5 receiver sets, you are spreading the defense all the way out from one sideline to the other. Therefore, you can't hide what you're trying to do. If you're trying to
True.
blitz, anything like that, you can't disguise it because you're so spread out. That's an
Mm-hmm.
advantage for the quarterback. That's advantage for the quarterback all day long. And he has been money when we are in empty backfield, 4 to 5 receiver sets.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I feel you. I feel you. Ain't disagree with you on that one. Hey, but real quick, let me go. Had Claire's comment. Shout out to Aries Claire from the 704 Charlotte Bound show.
What's
He
up,
says,
Claire?
as much as this could be an easy win, this could also be the game that brings our team and fan base back down to earth. Nothing is guaranteed in Pantherland. Let me say, I left that
Facts.
up here so long because that is nothing but a fact right there. Nothing but straight fact. Appreciate you, Claire. Appreciate you.
But Claire,
Okay.
if we
Hmm.
go on the road and we have a performance like we've had the past 2 weeks and we get a victory, where do you think the fan base will be at that point going forward?
Shoot. Hell, me personally, I mean, I think I think we should stay consistent in what we've been, the last few games. Like, you
Mhm.
can keep the excitement up, you can keep the hopefulness up, but to be honest with you, then I call this a trap game, but this might be the perfect game for the Panthers to be able to get back on the road. And like I said, if the Jets play true to form like they've been, just say they play like they played last week, and the Panthers hold true to form, this would be also, instead
Right,
of a trap game, this would be a great confidence builder for this team, being able to play on the road. Okay, because that has definitely been
right,
a sore spot for us this season. Okay, just like the Atlanta game. All right, I think the Atlanta game at home was a bit of well, not a bit, a big confidence builder, for this team, especially playing at home. And then you get
right,
Jacksonville first game of the season, and everybody's discombobulated, offense, and defense. You go to the Cardinals. Okay, now mind you, in that game, I think the defense played pretty damn good. Okay, for the majority of the game, like I always say, that one touchdown drive before the half, they really shouldn't even been out there on the field. Period. Okay, but
right,
a few bad plays by Bryce, two straight drives. You got a fumble, you got an interception, and then even on that drive before halftime, Bryce missed two people basically. Now JT Sanders caught the ball, but if he threw the ball up, where he didn't have to dive, they probably wouldn't have replayed it and called it a drop, and then we had to punt. You know what I mean? But then you come back home, you get that big victory versus Atlanta, and you go on the road again. And the crazy thing with that one is, we go down the field. We go down the field and score. And then our special teams woke up that morning and was like, you know what, boss? We ain't feeling this today. Nah, we ain't feeling this today. It's almost like they woke
yeah,
up and was like, nah, dog, we gonna need an extra 50 grand today. And they were told no, and they said, okay, we'll see you out on the field. Okay, gotcha.
yeah. I think with with your enemy spotlight right there with Brees Hall and Justin Fields, if you can limit just one of them having a good day, preferably both. But
Hmm.
if you could just limit one, then I think we come out victorious and we don't turn the ball over. We don't shoot ourselves in the foot. If we can come out like we've done the past 2 weeks, first drive and get a touchdown, then you're putting them, you putting the pressure on them, to try to climb out of that hole. And the way their offense is looking right now, you want to force Justin Fields to pass the ball. You want to blitz him as much as possible, or have five, maybe six-man fronts. Like you want to make him beat you with his arms, with his arm, not his legs. Let somebody else beat you this game. Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. And let me tell you, I want to see Evero get back to throwing some more blitzes in the game plan as well, because I think it would. And to be
Yeah.
honest with you, there's been an opportunity the past 2 weeks, to be a little bit more aggressive as far. I'm not saying go out there and blitz every single damn play. You know what I mean? But we saw what happened, and I say I keep going back to the Atlanta game. We saw what happened. You know, there was pressure in Michael Penix's face for most of the game. All right, we didn't get to him, but we
Right.
rattled him a little bit. We forced him to
Right.
overthrow, underthrow. You know what I mean? He was not comfortable back there in that pocket. All right, and it's just
No,
like
you're
we
right.
kind of we kind of let off the gas with it against Tua and against Dak. You know what I mean? But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. Aries said it depends. I think half of the fan base will say it was just the Jets. We need a road win against a better team. The other half will say doesn't matter who we play. A win is a win. And let me tell you, I couldn't have said that no better myself.
That's
I
true.
couldn't have said
That
that
is
no better
facts.
myself. Let me tell you. I got a lot of comments like that this week too. Oh man, and then the one Cowboy fan that I have been going back and forth with started off with the whole, we're a better franchise than y'all. And I'm like, yeah, back in the 90s. You know what I mean? And then it started, well, you just happy for a game you supposed to win. I said, oh, now we were supposed to win. Oh, now your defense is trash. Like come on, how we go from point A to point B now? Like come on, but
Yeah,
I can definitely
exactly.
see that if we go out there, if we go out there and just say if we would have beat them by 2 scores or whatever, like I said, I can see a lot. Well, it's just the Jets. They didn't have this. They didn't have that. They didn't have the other. Let me tell you. Um, this right here, a win is a win. Okay, when it comes to the end of the
Mhm.
season, and if you're in the position to possibly get a playoffs berth, a wild card or something, the NFL is not going to go back and say, well, you know what? You won one more game and you're in that last wild card spot. But the team behind you, they didn't play the Jets and they didn't play the Cowboys. They played a few more teams that had better defenses, or that particular week, their entire roster was healthy. You know what I mean? I guess that's how I think about it. I'm not oblivious to the fact that, some teams are a lot better than others. Okay. And I want to get to the point where, I hope the Panthers get to the point where it's like, okay, these teams that we feel like we're supposed to go out there and handle business with, we go out there and do that. Okay. And not look like
Right.
fools going out there and, and mess around and get beat. And I hope we get to the point
Right.
where we can be like, what, hey, this is the Jets. We should be able to beat them. I hope we can get to that point. But at the end of the day, and that's what I hope we can get to that as a fan base. It's just like, oh, cool, we won. All right, move on. I hate this. We won, and then we're arguing about how we won. You know what I mean? It's just like shit. We
Right.
we won. You know what I mean? And so we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. So we got to get after Field, rush the hell out of his ass. I need
Yeah.
more blitzing every play. It would be nice. It would be nice. It would be nice. But I know everyone's not gonna do that. 9 in the box. What's
Well,
up,
that's well,
the CJ? Going on with you? Go ahead, Tone.
yeah. One thing about it is, like, I've always said the NFL is a copycat league. So it's not like, Ivero didn't see what Vance Joseph and the Broncos did to Fields last week. So you
Mm,
could best believe he's going to implement some of that into his scheme this week. You know what I'm saying? That
I
that
got you.
that's just how it is.
Okay. And let me see, doing stuff with CJ here. He says not necessarily. Said if you tie with another team, they look at tiebreaker. Okay. So and I pulled up the tiebreakers here. It says head to head best one loss tie percentage in games between the clubs. All right. Best one loss percentage in games played within the division, and then best one loss percentage in common game, best one loss tie percentage in games played within the conference. So I get you on that one, but I'm just saying like it excluding the tie. When I'm talking about the NFL don't care exactly who you beat. I'm just saying like it's not like we get into so many arguments about this was this team or this was that team. You only beat them because of
Right.
this. You only beat them because of that. My thing is, if we one game up on somebody on the final playoff spot, it's not going to matter. That we beat the Jets or we beat the Dolphins or the Cowboys. It's just going to matter that we got the W. Like I said, now when it comes to
Well, you know
tiebreakers,
what?
I mean that's a different story. Go ahead,
It's
Tom.
crazy because I mean there's so many different things. There's so much of moving the goalposts. It's like I believe goalposts no longer sits in the ground. It just sits on wheels, and people move it how they want to move it. But it's like one thing I've always heard, and I believe it's true. You should beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and
Mm-hmm.
then you should try to steal a victory against teams you shouldn't beat. Well,
Yeah.
if that's the analogy that some people want to use, we wasn't supposed to beat the Cowboys, but we
We done
did.
stole
We
three of them, Tony.
Yeah,
We done
we were
stole
supposed
three.
to beat the Dolphins, but we did.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? So you know, win the ones that you're supposed to win, and the ones that you're not supposed to win, steal you a couple.
Yeah.
Steal you a couple because
Yeah.
the Panthers don't dictate who gets put on their schedule and where they play them at.
Mm-hmm.
That to me that's a lazy argument when I hear people say that. That's just a lazy argument.
Thanks. Hey, and real quick, like the Dom 34 said, if y'all haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. Again, 55 subscribers away from 2,000 subscribers. Okay. So if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button for me. I appreciate it. And wherever you're watching that, no matter if it's YouTube, Facebook, or X, make sure you like and follow as well. Appreciate you, Dom
Yeah.
34. Let me see. Say yeah, but y'all lost to teams y'all should have beat. And true, and true because
Uh,
to
what games do you think, CJ, we should have won?
I ain't gonna lie, I think we should have beat Arizona. I think we should have beat New England. That's on me. I really think
Arizona,
we should have beat Arizona.
Arizona, yes, but I don't see how people feel like we should have beat New England when we got our doors blown off from the jump.
Yeah,
Like
well, what I'm
we
saying
we
is, I think we should have beat New England because, like I said, like I
how?
said, even in the
That,
huh.
No, I'm asking you, when you look at the final score and you look
Mm-hmm.
at that game in its totality, even if Bryce Young didn't have the turnovers he didn't have, I still honestly feel like we would have got beaten by New England. Just going off
Mm-hmm.
how the game played out. The Arizona game, yes, that's the one game I'll say we should have won. I ain't gonna say we should have beat the Jags or New England because you look at how those games played out, and then you look at where they stand right now. The Jags are definitely better, a whole lot better
Okay.
than most people thought they would be, and
Mm-hmm.
New England is playing better ball than what most people thought we should be. I mean, thought they
Mm-hmm.
should be. That New England game, I really don't like. That's just one game where we just got our ass beat.
Yeah,
Offense,
and
defense, and special teams.
and I think it was a lot of self-inflicted wounds on that. Okay, like I said, we went down the field, scored in the first drive, so we were able to go down the field, we were able to put up points. Okay, but then you get the punt returns. The punt returns killed us. The defense killed us. I mean, mind you, now we were down a few people, especially because we were down DJ Wanham and Pat Jones, and we had DJ Johnson
Mm-hmm.
out there. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I look at that from the standpoint of if the Panthers would have shown up to play, I think it was more so not discrediting anything that New England did because they made the plays that they
But
had
that's what it
made.
sounds like you're doing.
No, I'm not trying to discredit them at all, but I'm looking at it from
Yeah.
standpoint of if the special teams would have made some tackles, okay, that boy wouldn't have had 188 damn punt return yards. You get what I'm saying? And then my thing
Mm-hmm.
is, if this run defense would have shown up like it had the previous week against Arizona and the following weeks against I'm sorry, the previous week against previous 2 weeks, Arizona, Atlanta, and then these past 2 weeks as well with the Dolphins and the Cowboys. I put like this. I think we would have had a chance to win that game. Okay. Me personally,
What was
I
the
think we
final
should have
score of that
won.
game? What was the final
Oh
score of that game?
God,
New
was it?
England was it
They beat us
40,
by they beat us
42?
by 29 points.
Okay.
they beat
How many
they beat us by
turnovers? How many turnovers did Bryce have that game?
hold on, I'll tell you.
Was it 3?
I'll tell you. Hold on, give me a second. Pull them up here. All right. Patriots 42-13. That was the final score. All
Okay.
right,
How many turnovers did
Bryce.
Bryce have?
Hold on. Got to the game and went somewhere. Um, he didn't have any.
He didn't have any.
Yeah,
So
no picks.
Bryce he didn't have no picks, no fumbles in that game.
Mm-mm.
And they beat us by 29 points. Yeah,
Okay,
cuz
all right, all right.
I'm gonna need you to rethink that one.
No, I'm gonna rethink it, and I'm gonna stand no business because I said what I
Okay.
said. I'm gonna stand no business. I still think we
Okay.
should have won that damn game.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I put like this the same way that we can say that the way we have been playing the past few weeks, and you look at the way that the
Yeah.
Patriots have been playing as well. But again, too, you know, um, Rico was not the starting running back in that game either. So, and he
No,
has
no,
been
he wasn't.
the spark to this offense as well. So, I
Yes,
mean,
he has.
I get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're
I
saying.
really feel like we should be 4-2 right now. The Arizona game, yes. I really
Yeah.
feel like we shot ourselves in the foot early on, and even though we came back to make it competitive, and it looked like we had a chance to win that game, if you would eliminate those 3 turnovers that
Hmm.
Bryce, I'm gonna say that Bryce had, not the Panthers, but Bryce had those 3 turnovers um in that game, then it would have been a different outcome.
Yeah. Clay said New England just beat the
No,
Bills, and New England is leading the division now. The Jags beat the Chiefs, and they are for real. Yeah, no, I'm not questioning that Jags game. I'm
yeah,
not questioning that Jags game at all.
yeah,
But I feel like if the Panthers would have shown up to play that day, it wouldn't have been 42-14. But yeah,
yeah.
see, I believe
Bro,
Falcons beating New England. I got you.
shit.
Will, what's up, Will? Said we are one possession
What's
away
up,
from the
Will?
4-2 record.
I agree,
Said
brother. I
Said that New
agree.
England game broke my spirit for a week, bruh. Man, let me tell you, the whole week, Roadmaster, I was like, how do you win by 30 and then lose by 29? Like how? Where they do that at? Like only in Charlotte. Only the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
It said the Texans. Um hmm,
We didn't play the
I know,
Texans in the regular
yeah.
season.
Yeah, we playing preseason. The only game we should have won is Arizona, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It
Yeah.
said week 2 of
I be
preseason.
trying to tell him, Clay. He ain't want to listen.
I listen, dog. I listen, but like I said,
He's standing on
I'm
bad
staying.
business.
I'm I'm staying. No, I'm standing on business. Like I said, if the Panthers would have came to play, I think we'd have had a shot at that game. But like I said, I think a lot of that stuff was well, yeah, the Panthers just didn't come to play. I guess I can just leave it. But I feel you though. I feel you. It don't matter if we win the Super Bowl. There's always going to be some fan saying we don't that we only won because of this and that. Oh yeah, all right, yeah. Trill, what's
Yeah.
going on? Special teams lost us that game, and I will say this too. I always tell people don't discount the importance of momentum. And when I say the New England punt returner gave them all the momentum that they needed. They probably still running on some of that momentum now, But I mean, like when I say he just
Mhm.
he crashed the spirits of the players, the Panthers fans, and everybody in that damn game just by a couple punt returns. But yeah, but I got you. Said got our whole ass what we did. We did. Y'all really expect Rico to get 200 plus every week? No. No, 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 we do not.
Oh,
We do not.
hell
Yeah,
no.
it would be nice. It would definitely be nice. But hey, and speaking of that, all right, speaking of that, let's go ahead into the Panthers spotlight. All right. And I got Rico and Chuba up here. And Tone, I wanted to ask you this. Okay, so Chuba is coming back this week, and Dave Canales said that they will be splitting the carries. They have a starting running back, but we're not going to know until game time, or I guess the first drive of the game tomorrow. All right. So I'm not I'm happy that we have two really good running backs in the backfield. But let me get your thoughts on this. So do you bring Chuba back and automatically put him in, as a starting running back, or do you keep going with the hot hand, Enrico?
Keep going with the high hand Rico. Chuba's coming off an injury, his calf injury. And, you know, I don't think it was nothing to the extreme where it would have affected his Achilles or something like that. But Rico played good enough that allowed the Panthers to give Chuba Hubbard more rest. There's no need to bring him back and now you want to give him the bulk of the carries. It like like people have been saying for the past few weeks or whatnot. You have the second iteration of Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams, double trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let Rico, start the game. Chuba come in. I would like to see Rico get about 20 carries and Chuba get anywhere from 12 to 15 carries. I think that's a healthy dose of a running attack, especially for both players.
I
That's
can
what I
agree with
said.
that.
That's what I think.
Okay. Hey, and shout out also to Will Robinson for being a member of the front office for 15 months. Appreciate you.
Chips
Appreciate
real
you.
will.
Yeah. I still ain't got my quote unquote my twerk music to play. Like I told PPP I was gonna start putting on here when we got new members. But I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna find something. But Tone, I agree with you, cuz I agree. Now, mind you, my only thing is, okay, just say that Chuba gets back, he's completely healthy, and everything is good to go. My only concern is, um, how will they do? Is it going to be an even, a even split? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I have my
Yeah.
reservations because I know everybody in the chat know if there's a way to screw this up, the Panthers will find it and they will execute it flawlessly. You know what I mean? I and I hate to feel that way. I hate to feel that way, but that's just how I feel. You know what I mean? As a Panther fan here the last few years, it's just like, yeah, if there's a way to mess this up, the Panthers are going to try and figure it out. But I'm hoping, like you said, if you go with the hot hand Rico right now, okay, and keep going with him until unless he cools off or whatever. But mind you, if Chuba gets to start one game and Chuba gets in there and starts going off, okay, well then keep feeding Chuba the ball. You know what I mean? Like whoever is running
Hmm.
better, and I'm hoping it's a situation where maybe Rico is a better a better back against this defense. Maybe Chuba's a better back against another defense. But the thing is, they are two
Right.
different types of backs. You're not going to get. I don't think you're going to get the same thing from Chuba that you're going to get from Rico. You know what I mean? Rico will. I mean, I mean, his contact balance is great. He gets yards after contact. Okay. He can run through tackles. I think to me personally, I think his vision, of where to go is probably a little bit better than Chuba's, at time. You know what I mean? Because my thing is
Okay.
this is basically the same, offensive line that was blocking for Chuba, and I don't know if it was play calling or what, but we haven't seen this type of running offense until Rico got in the game. You know what I mean? Like I said, and no shot against Chuba, at all, because he's definitely had his good games, the great games for us, for the Carolina Panthers. But like I said, these are two different running backs. I just hope that they go out there and adapt to the game, the situation, and what's going on the field at that particular time. So, but we'll see.
Right.
We'll
I
see.
got you.
All right, let me see. He says, honestly, I'm still not sold on the Panthers. The bottom will fall out soon. Hey, but you know what though? Um, I don't think anybody is particularly sold on the Panthers just yet, because I think we still got a lot to go out there and prove. Okay. We've had a few games at home. Okay. We're undefeated at home, but we're also defeated on the road. All right. We got to go out there and show the
Yeah.
NFL that we can win on the road away from Charlotte. Okay. So I partly agree with that. I don't think the bottom is gonna fall out, but I do agree. A lot of people aren't sold on the Panthers yet. Okay. But hopefully
Yeah.
we can get to the point where, like I said earlier, people are like, all right, cool. It's not this. Damn, the Panthers. We can get to the point where it's just like, oh, okay, that's the Panthers. So we'll see. All right. Road Message said we gonna be all right. So y'all didn't read it right, but I chopped up my comments. Game that broke my spirit this year was week 2, Bucks versus Texans. Oh. Got you. Okay, Kenny, I got you. I got you. My bad. My bad. It's still early for me. I'm a little sleepy still. I got you. So we still got ETN back there too. Return of Smash and Dash. Hey, that would be nice. Said play that
Yeah.
big boy on the roof video. Okay. All right.
What video
I'm
is
about to
that?
look. I don't know, but I'm gonna look into it. I don't know. I'm gonna look into it, Roadmaster. Big Mo says somebody
Lord.
on X called them happy hour since the numbers are 5:30. Wow.
I like that.
I like that. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Look,
crazy.
look, hold on. Hold on. I'm about to write that down right now. Let me see. Rico and Chuba happy hour. Cause let me tell you, you say that, Big Mo, and I'll forget it 10 minutes after we get off this live. That is crazy.
I like that. That's crazy.
27-17 Panthers. Rock Jones, what's going on? Say good morning, cousin CJ and Tone. Keep pounding, fellas. Yes, sir. Romaster said, don't overuse Rico. That's how we end running back careers. Facts. Facts. Let me see. Hubbard just coming back. 9 to 12 carries. I got you. He said, Romaster, you sure Rico not your cousin? Big Boy on the Grill video that's been on Facebook. Okay, I
Oh,
gotta
I
look
don't
that
be
up.
on
I
Facebook. I
got
have no
I gotta
idea.
look that up. Said that's a great nickname. Oh, Rush Hour. Oh, okay. All right. Let me write that down. Rush Hour. I kind of I like that one too. Look, I done
You,
got to the
you,
point where I'm serious. I gotta write this shit down. I'll be like, Tone, what they say in the chat? This would be me and Tony talking on Tuesday and Wednesday. What during the preview? What they say in the chat? Cause I don't remember. You don't remember? Damn.
look,
And then I got to go back and watch the whole damn video and put the live chat back up. Be like, oh wait, there it is. Okay.
Rob Shack said 305 boys.
Oh, hold on. Big Boy on the Roof was the video PvP said he was gonna recreate on wins. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All
Up
right.
305. All right. 305. I like that.
Big
Big
Walk
Walk,
got
what's
a
going
good
on?
question.
Are you guys sold on the Panthers? I feel like a lot of people are seeing the Panthers surge, but people are still questioning our QB. What's y'all's biggest question mark? Okay, I'll take this one, and I'm not gonna lie. My biggest question mark is still our quarterback. Okay, and I say that because, all right, we've had a couple weeks where the running game has been dominant. Okay. And Bryce has been making plays as well. But the thing that I'm still questioning is if there's a game on the schedule or coming up or whatever, and somebody is like, you know what, you are not going to run on us today, and the running game is not popping like it has been for the last few weeks, and the game is we got to put the team on Bryce's back, and he basically has to go out there and ball out. Like he has to have one of those 250, 300 something yard games, and a few touchdowns. Like is he going to be able, to carry us, but on a
Yes,
consistent
he can do
basis from
that.
game
He
to
can do
game?
that.
Okay.
I think he can do that. I mean, he has shown it in the past that he can do that. He has
Mm-hmm.
shown it in the past that he can put the game on his back and help carry the team. He did it against Atlanta last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's done it uh this year, even and we lost.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I keep saying about people are so hung up on and get caught up on how many yards he has thrown for or how many yards he throw for in the game. These past two games, he has not hit 200 yards, but we've won.
Mm-hmm.
He's
I
thrown
feel you.
touchdown passes. No, he had that one interception that wasn't his fault. That was 100% on T Mac. But then you look
Mm-hmm.
at the game where he threw for 328 yards, and we lost that game. So what does
Mm-hmm.
that mean? Like I don't care if he went out there and threw for 150. If we get the win and he didn't turn the ball over and he was the captain behind the ship, you know,
Mm-hmm.
playing the point guard position at quarterback, I'm cool
Mm-hmm.
with that. I think people get so hyped, get so caught up in the numbers, and they look for any reason to justify why the win he had nothing to do with. But on a loss, it's all on him. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
man, hey, don't look, don't get me started on that. Now that I agree with you. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is because we've seen these Jekyll and Hyde moments from Bryce this season. Because my thing is, we saw the game in Arizona where he threw for 328 yards, but we lost. But the thing is, we lost because we got in a hole. He had the fumble return
Right?
for a touchdown, then he had the interception. Okay.
Yeah,
But
all
then,
his
then you
fault,
get to the
hands
yeah,
down.
you get to the Miami game, okay, and it started off kind of the same, but he was able to get back in the game, and and with Rico running the ball the way that he has. And I know that he has shown in the past, okay, well, cool. Now I'm leading my team down the field. He did a few games last year. Led the team down, got us the lead later on in the game, and then whatever happened after that, whatever happened, whether it be a couple games the defense couldn't hold. We lost in overtime. Chuba fumble. And in Philly, he had the touchdown, the XL, but XL dropped it. Whatever the case may be. But my thing is this. Can he do that? Consistently if we need him. Because my thing is, we saw what we saw at the end of last year, and then we start off the way we started off this year. You know what I mean? So that that
Yeah,
that's that's all.
Earl Master crazy.
What do you say? To I'm giving the little motherfucker a pass until he start back.
I
Yo.
can't with him, man. I can't.
Yeah.
I
But
can't.
but back to Big Walk. But what's your biggest question mark, Tone?
I can kind of agree. I can kind of agree. Well, let's see. Bryce is still somewhat of a question mark because true indeed, you want to see more consistency. You want to see more consistency. Even though we're starting our the five different offensive lineup in the last 6 games, the offensive line has still been playing good. They still, for the most part, has given him the time needed to throw the ball downfield, or with a short intermediate or down the field looks. He's been having time. They've been open holes in the run game. Um, you just want to see it consistently. You just want to see it game after game after game after game. I would even say the Miami game, even though he had the interception, on the first series or whatnot. I like the leadership that he showed, staying positive, keeping guys upbeat, trusting him. He was asking these guys to trust in him. We'll get it back. And that was something that we hadn't seen Bryce do yet. We hadn't seen him
Mm-hmm.
come back from 10 down or 17 down being in the hole, but he did it against Miami. You know what I'm saying? So that's a confidence booster going forward that says that, even if we get down 7 to 10 points, if we just keep doing our thing and eliminate the early mistakes, we have a chance. Then you see in the Dallas game, okay, come out first drive. What was it? A field goal? Yeah, we kicked the field goal, but he didn't
Mm-hmm.
have no turnovers.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He the one that Tech, the one that
Yeah.
Tech
That
had.
next
But
series.
again,
Yeah.
that interception was not on Bryce, even though he's going to get credit for that interception. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I just want to see him be confident in who he is, confident in the offense. He knows the playbook. This is second year in the offense. Dave can now trust him. Now we have a better defense, especially stopping the run, that supports the offense. You know what I'm saying? So if they can
Right.
continue to support each other, you know, we can continue to sustain drives, long drives, giving the defense a rest, and then they come out and they ball like they have been the past 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be happy. I'll be happy. But yes, True indeed, you want to see more consistency from Bryce. You do want to see it be a more consistent thing.
Okay. All right. Well, before we wrap this up, doing stuff with CJ said, I'm gonna end y'all's discussion. Would you re-sign Lil Bryce today? Yes or no? Okay. Now I'm gonna answer that in two ways. I'm gonna answer the question first. If I had to go off of everything in Bryce's 2 years and however many games we've had right now, no. Okay. If I had to pick today, I'm gonna say no. All right. But I still think that
But
we
why?
gotta,
I'm curious
huh?
why. Why would you say no?
Because he's been too this. He's been too up and down. We'll
Okay.
see consistency a little bit, and then he'll turn around and it's like, damn, I'm an NFL quarterback. Oh shit, I didn't know that. And then it almost looks like he's got to relearn everything. That the inconsistency for me. That's what it would be. The inconsistency. Okay. And like we were saying, we all know about his rookie year. Rookie year was just it was the team was all around bad, especially the
Yeah.
offense. He didn't get a whole lot. I mean, he didn't get a whole lot of help from the defense. Defense wasn't as bad as it was last season as it was his rookie year. But but still. But like I said, it's just it's too much this. It's just too much up and down. Now mind you, I am glad that he has started out this season. Not well. He started out this season. We started out 1-3. Okay, but it's he's looking a lot better now earlier on in the season than he has the past few years or the past 2 years. Okay, usually we'd have to wait until shoot what game 10, 9, 10, or 11 or it seemed like the wheels to get to turning. And Rashak said in the comments, say he seems like he's a late season QB. But my thing is that's all well and good, but you can't be a late. You got to be a like you say in the church, you got to be an all time guy. You know what I mean? You got to be a all season quarterback. You can't just get out there and get hot later on in the season every year. Like that's not a formula for success. You
Well,
losing early every season and then winning late. You know what I mean? But that's
well,
and I think it's starting to turn around now. But I still think you honestly got to give him, 'cause I'm gonna tell y'all this, all right. And for everybody who likes Bryce or roots for him or can't stand him, he gonna be the quarterback this year. And if the Panthers keep playing good like this, whether it's with the run game, the defense, and him making just enough plays, he gonna be the quarterback next year. And then we're gonna have to see if they give him his fifth year option or not. You know what I mean?
hmm
So he really gonna
yeah.
have to go out there and just fall off a cliff, for the next 3-4 games before they be like, yeah, nah, we not playing you. But
And that's the
yeah,
thing. I don't see that. I don't see that happening. I don't see
mm,
Bryce being the Bryce that we saw um the first 2 or 3 games of last year, and then he got benched. That Bryce was a deer in headlights. Didn't even look like he belonged. Don't know why the hell he was out there. I don't know who that dude was. Okay, don't
mm,
know who he was. But if we're going to give Bryce a mulligan on his first year
mm,
with Frank Wright, with all that was going on with the organization, Frank Wright, you know, two or three different offensive coordinators, being sacked 62, 63 times. The offensive line didn't do him no justice. He really didn't have no receivers to throw to. I don't think any of the receivers that he had in his first year are even playing in the league right now, but Jonathan Mingo.
mm,
I think Jonathan Mingo right now is the only receiver that Bryce had his rookie year that's even in the league, and he's not even getting any run in Dallas.
mm,
So, but needless to say, let's just put all that to the side. If you are a person that believe in the ceiling of or potential of a player, and you know that being in the right system with the right head coach and the right guidance to bring you along in scheme offense. I think everything that we seen from Bryce from the
mm,
time he came back from being benched up until now, I think you can honestly say you've seen a little bit of upswing. He's getting a little bit better, here and there. Does he have things that he need to clean up? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because he pisses me off every game. Bad footwork, you know, holding the ball too long, making bad decisions. But those are things that can be cleaned up. My big thing, and I said it then, I said now what I wanted to see uh from Bryce when he came back last year, how do you handle yourself when you lose, when you done got sack 6 or 7 times? How do you rebound from that? How do
yeah,
you
I
how
feel
do
you.
you rebound from that? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. What I'm seeing now in Bryce is what I was hoping we would see from day one. But we know day one it didn't pan out like that. I'm seeing the leadership in him. I'm seeing the confidence in him. You know, I'm seeing him. I've seen him stand in the pocket and take shots and complete balls that you didn't think he even had a chance of completing. You know, taking off and running, scoring touchdowns either way. I mean, if it was me and I had to resign on, if it came up, I don't even know why I'm even asking this question like right now. Cause really, cause honestly and truly, like you said, if you taking away his rookie year, he's only had 1 year and 6 games.
Don't say that too loud, Tom. But they gonna.
I don't care what nobody say. I mean that's just
I
the
know you
fact.
don't. I know
Yeah.
you don't. I'm just messing. I know you don't.
Yeah, if you taking away, all that he went through, if his first year don't count and you giving him a mulligan on that, then the potential is there. The potential is there.
Okay, gotcha. I feel you. And I feel you, but at the same time, I agree with you. The potential is there, but me personally, I need to see the potential on a consistent basis out an
I
entire
agree.
season. Yeah.
I
Okay.
agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. He said, "Where the link at? I got something to say." All right. Well, hold on. You know what? Let me let CJ up here real quick, and then we'll get out of here. Hold on. I seen you the link because you have been a rather gracious Falcon fan in the chat today. You ain't been in here talking a whole lot of whole lot of rigmarole. He said, "Look, he said don't be on no BS." Look, don't worry. But I got some college football to watch today. All right. But before he gets on here though, hey, so what I want y'all to do is I've decided that I am not going to I'm not going to do any more predictions because I see how I get them wrong every single time. Every single time. So y'all let me know y'all predictions in the chat, the game prediction. CJ, what's going on, man?
Yeah. Can you
How
hear
you
me?
doing, bro? Yeah, I can hear you. Uh-oh, I could. The
Hold
See,
on.
screen went
this
black.
how we know
Uh oh, there
this
we
how
go.
we
There
know
we
he
go.
on that
All right,
bullshit.
so
Nah.
I don't know who's the guy, other guy that was talking because I don't, what's his name? I
that
don't.
that's Tone. That's my cousin Tony.
Oh, okay, cool. What's up? What's up, CEO? What's up, CJ?
Oh,
What's up?
okay.
What's up? Now, I'm gonna say this, yo. Um,
Uh-huh.
and I know Roadmaster talking about I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. I get it. 30-0, whatever. It happened. My response to that Falcons
Mm-hmm.
game was everybody have a bad day at the office. And
I feel you.
Falcons had a bad day at the office. I mean, and I'm not, I mean, it is what it is. I'll take the L. It was a horrible week for me. But I'll take the
Mhm.
L. It is what it is, and we'll see y'all again. And then we'll see what happens. Um,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
but as far as the Bryce thing, I know that your cousin or whatever, he feel
Mm-hmm.
optimistic about Bryce. Dude, it's 3 years in, and
Mm-hmm.
and and, and if you optimistic about him,
Uh-oh. Went out again. Uh-oh. Well,
I
maybe,
just
maybe
told
maybe
you.
that was look, maybe that
He,
was the Lord. Don't say what you about to say. Hey, CJ, I don't know if you can hear it still, dog, but your screen is black, man. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
try to
Hey,
tell you,
Vietnam.
God don't like ugly.
That's what I was trying to think of. Hey, Vietnam, thanks for the $2 super chat, man. Appreciate
What's
you. He
up,
said,
Fed?
"What's good, CJ and Tony? Good to see y'all again, man. Hey, appreciate you. Okay, he gone. Hey, well, with CJ, if you still can hear us, um, if you still hit the link, you come back up, but your screen went black and we couldn't hear you at all. Okay, here we go.
my bad,
All
my
right,
bad, my
there you
bad.
go.
No, no,
Hey,
no.
appreciate you, Vietnam.
Yeah, no. My question is, how many more years is it gonna take for him to come around and for him
Mm-hmm.
to be great? So I would love for y'all to sign him. Y'all can say Lil Bryce kills the Falcons or whatever, and that's great. But all we need is one more win
uh,
than y'all, and right now we got that. So even though y'all beat us, we still 3-2. We still number 2 in the division. We gotta
I got you.
do whatever with the
Y'all,
Bucks.
y'all already
But
y'all already had y'all bye. Y'all already had
what
y'all
is the,
bye.
what is
We
what is that
still
got to
played
do
one.
with anything though?
But I'm saying,
Well, we
I'm just saying
tied.
that
We both got three
that's why
wins.
your record is really better than us. But we really got a better
No,
record than y'all
that
because
has
we
that
also have it. As it
That
stands,
has nothing
right?
to do with nothing.
As it
We
as it
beat better teams than
stands,
y'all. Go ahead, go ahead.
as it stands right now, we have the head-to-head advantage over the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, until we play y'all again. If you sweep us, then yeah.
Okay.
But which
No,
hold up. But hear
but
this out though. Understand? We
okay.
swept the bus. We swept the bus last year. Did that matter when it came down to it? No. Guess what? The Bucks still won the division. So that sweep stuff
All right.
don't even really matter anyway. Like
All right.
it'll help you, but it don't matter. We swept the Bucks. What they do? We still lost the division last year.
Yeah, that's
All right.
try. That's true. That's
Hey,
true.
So
hey, hey, CJ.
and honestly, if you really want to get down to it in a division, you really should go 50-50 anyway. So technically, y'all are on pace. Y'all was supposed to win that game. Y'all was at home. So as long as we handle business when we get home, then it's 50-50. It's a lot. It doesn't matter.
Now,
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 if
Hey,
y'all
now,
sweep
now.
us,
hold on,
then it is
Tony.
what it
Hold on,
is.
Tony.
But we'll see.
Let me get him, Tony. Let me get him. See now, CJ, and I like the fact that your name is CJ. My name is CJ. I was
Yeah, yeah,
rocking with
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
rocking with you. I was rocking with you a little bit. Then you started saying like Cowboys. Yeah, come on now.
No, no, no,
You,
no, never that, never
you,
that.
you start
No,
you started
one
saying
thing,
like a
one thing
Cowboy
you
fan.
gotta understand about me. I'm a bigger on my team than y'all can ever be. When we lost to y'all, it
Well, you
was a
supposed
horrible
to,
day.
yeah,
And now
yeah.
that was all in the Falcons. It was no excuses. Y'all beat us fair and square. It's nothing. It's to me, it's no excuse why you can't at least kick a field goal in the NFL. There's no excuse for that. So I'll give you the
Right.
win, but I still say it was a bad day at the office for the Falcons.
Yeah.
That's
So,
just the way
so,
I
Hey,
feel.
so,
let,
so,
y'all had
what
some
we
bad
beefing about
juju from
today? What's the day? What's the problem
It's
today,
not. It's
CJ?
not. It's not. It's no beef at all. My only 2 points was, like I said, long live, Lil King Bryce. I hope he stay in Carolina forever. Because if he do, then it don't matter if y'all do sweep us. We gonna always at least have one more win than y'all, and we gonna always at least be one more game better than y'all. So I hope he does stay, and I hope Roadmaster buys jersey, and everything is great
hey,
over there in
hey,
Carolina land.
CJ Roadmaster said your service was nervous.
Roadmaster wild, yo. He a wild guy.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
That,
okay.
but on that note, I'm gonna also say
Mhm.
this. I'm gonna say I feel like y'all are a better team than a lot of people said y'all would be. I feel like the only thing holding y'all back is Lil Bryce. When y'all get a real quarterback, y'all gonna be lethal. I feel like if y'all had, let's just say, y'all had Baker right now, y'all
Mhm.
might be #1 in the division right now. Because I feel like that's the only thing really. I mean, it's other pieces y'all need on y'all team, but I think that
Yeah,
right now y'all could be a competitor if you had a solid QB. Right now, y'all's QB is just doing what he got to do, and right
so,
now, technically Rico Dowdle is carrying y'all's team. I mean, and y'all's defense. Y'all's defense is solid as well. Defense is solid.
okay,
Even with minimal pieces, y'all making it work with y'all's defense.
but CJ, but here's the thing though. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a
Yeah, yeah,
team.
you're right. You're right.
There's nothing wrong with the team letting the strength of the team carry them. The,
I'll
the, the,
I'll
the
I'll
strength of
I'll, I'll,
the
I'll
strength
give
of the
you.
the strength of the Carolina Panthers has always been run the ball, play great defense. That's always been our strength.
Okay.
Always.
And I'll
So
give you that,
it,
but you as a fan though, do you not desire for more? I mean, because I mean,
when you
I'll tell
say
you as a Falcons fan, yeah, I desire for more. Even with my team, even though we're starting to ascend, there's still more
yeah,
that we can do to be better. And I always want to be better
oh
because
yeah, no
the goal
doubt,
is the Super
no
Bowl,
doubt,
and to get the Super Bowl, you got to be great. So
a
that's what
doubt,
I'm saying for
no doubt.
y'all. For y'all, I feel like y'all are settling when y'all shouldn't settle, and I
No,
think Bryce is a settle. And the reason why I
no,
say that, the reason why I asked that question though, is if y'all resign him today. The reason why you said why listen, I talk about this is because technically y'all are in talks already for him to be signed.
no,
Whether
we
y'all
not.
like it or not, oh yeah, y'all are.
No, we not. No, we not.
You
I,
don't
I, I,
you don't think they're gonna resign him between now
listen,
Hey, hold
if
on, CJ.
unless
I had to mute you cause you got a lot of wind or something back there.
unless Bryce go out there and the Panthers win the 8 out of the next 10 games and make the playoffs and win a playoff game or something like something miraculously happens. That's the only reason why, or the only reason I can see that the Panthers will begin negotiation and give Bryce an extension after this year. Bryce, to me, hasn't even earned the right to even talk about extension. His representatives, his agents, they have not even earned the right to get an extension from the Panthers right now. That's just my opinion.
So then that answers my question. So in your opinion, y'all not signing him this year? Y'all not? Y'all
I
gonna
don't
ride
think
it?
so.
Okay.
No,
All
I
right.
don't think so
Okay.
because in my in this, like I said, this is just my opinion. The first year for Bryce, it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. But the way I think they're going to look at it, Dave Canales wasn't here, and Dan Morgan was the assistant GM. But now he's had a year with under Scott Fitterer and Dan Morgan regime. They kept everything intact. He's in his second year, 6 games into his second year under that regime. I think they're going to want to see this year and next year because you remember he has a 4-year contract with a 5th-year option. They are not in no rush to sign Bryce right now.
I'm gonna say I
They're
disagree.
not.
I'm gonna say only reason why I say I disagree is especially
Okay.
if y'all this is what I keep telling Panthers fans and nobody wants to listen. I think y'all as fans see Bryce differently than y'all's organization does. I think y'all's organization loves that dude, and you can tell by the way they put pieces around him. So with that being said, they're looking to keep him. And y'all won, was it 5 games last year?
5, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. 5.
if y'all win 6 or more, they're gonna see potential. They're gonna sign this dude because they feel like he's the future of y'all's franchise. So I feel like they're gonna lock him down. I've been saying that all off season. Nobody wants to listen, but I'm telling you, I think the Panthers are gonna re-sign that dude, and it's not gonna be off talent. It's gonna be off love for him.
Okay.
Just watch.
I
Just
got you.
watch. I'm telling you. Telling you.
Mm.
I got you. All right.
I agree.
Well,
I agree with half of that statement. I think they will resign him, but it won't be this year.
Okay. All right.
all right. Well,
Well,
CJ, we just
I
look,
still say,
man.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I still think as a football fan, I think it's a horrible
Hmm.
decision for y'all to re-sign him. But as a division
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
rival, I say long live little King Bryce, may he reign in Carolina forever.
So while we on the subject of quarterbacks, while we're on the subject of quarterback, let's talk
Okay,
about Michael Penix.
let's do,
Let's talk
let's
about
do,
Michael Penix.
let's do.
How you feel about Michael Penix? This is second year. You know, his second year. He didn't start every game last year,
Yep.
but he has 10 games under his belt right now as a starter for the Falcons.
No,
How do you
no,
feel about him going
it's
forward?
not 10, it's 8. No,
No,
no, wait a minute, it's
it's
5.
10.
Yeah, no, it's 8.
It's
No, it's 8.
10.
Yeah,
No, it's
he
8.
had
It's
three
8. He
last
had 3
year,
last year,
and then
5 this
y'all
year.
played 5 this year.
Yes, he has 8.
Yeah, yeah.
And just so
Okay,
you know, he is.
he played in 10 games. He played in 10.
Got you.
Yeah, but he
Okay.
didn't
He didn't
start
start
those. You
10, but
can't count
yeah,
those.
okay. I'm just going off his career stats. If you played in the game, you threw the ball,
Nah,
you
you
played in the
can't do
game.
that because he played in garbage time and it was like a drive or two in the fourth quarter when we were
Okay,
losing. You can't count that.
okay. Well, let me ask you this: in his 8 starts, his first 8 starts, what
Okay,
is his record?
he's 500.
He's 500.
Yeah.
So he's 4-4.
Has Lil Bryce ever been 500?
No, we talking about Michael Penix right now. Don't
Okay,
see. Don't
all
start
right.
moving the goalposts.
No, no,
Let's
no,
talk
no,
about
I,
Michael
no,
I,
Penix.
no.
I
Only
tell
reason
you
why I
that,
said that is because
that
because
that
Let,
Cowboy
let,
fan
Roadmaster.
let,
Hold on,
coming
no, no,
hold
out.
on, hold
no.
on, hold on. No,
Let's
no,
stay
no.
right.
I'm not moving the
Hold on,
goal.
CJ. We just had a whole 20 minutes, and you got your rocks off
Okay, you're
talking
right.
about the
Hold on.
Panthers
I just
and
want to
Little
say
Bryce.
this
But
one
now
piece.
we
Hold on.
Penix.
This one piece.
Here we
That
go.
wasn't at you though. That was at Roadmaster because Roadmaster compares them. So I just had to say that piece. Yes, Lil Bryce has beat Penix, I think twice now, but technically Penix is on the upswing more than Lil Bryce. But go ahead, ask your question. Go ahead.
Okay. No, 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 yeah, okay. Okay, cool. He's 500 right now.
Mhm.
0-2 against Lil Bryce.
Yep,
All
yep,
right,
yep.
and you say he's on the upswing. So why do you feel like he's on the upswing? And if he is on the upswing, like you say he is, do the Falcons re-sign him after the 3rd year?
Okay, so I'm gonna turn your question around and ask you, as a rival, looking at him when y'all see us play, because I know y'all seen us play, because we get primetime games and stuff. I know what I'm saying, but especially you, CJ Hill, because like I don't know your cousin, no disrespect, but I know CJ Hill by the way you talk, you will really you know about football just by the way you talk. By you looking at Penix, do you feel like there are flashes where the dude could be great? He might not be great yet, but do you feel like it's flashes where he could be?
I
Be
feel like
great.
it's flat.
Okay,
Hold,
well
hold on.
I
maybe
feel
not
CJ.
great.
Go ahead, CJ. Go
NFL
ahead, CJ.
caliber
My bad. My
quarterback.
bad.
Let me say that. Let me say
My
that.
bad.
NFL
I
caliber quarterback.
I mean, I put it like this. I feel like he shows flashes just like I feel like Bryce shows flashes. Okay.
Eee.
Yeah, you can eat whatever you want to. They're there. They're
Okay.
there. He does show flashes. He does show
Okay.
flashes.
All right.
But
All right.
I'm not going to discredit Penix at all. I mean, I think he's a decent quarterback. But my thing is this: everybody is, and it's kind of crazy because when you look at the Falcons and you look at the games where Bijan is going off, y'all are winning. You look at the games where Bijan ain't getting his rocks off, y'all ain't doing too great. But the church choir will start singing Penix praises on those games, and then then
Mm-hmm.
everybody wants to boo Bryce. When the situation is the same for Carolina. When it's Bijan going out there and doing what Bijan does, nobody sits there and say, "Oh, well, well, it's just Bijan. Bijan is carrying the Falcons and this and that." But the thing is, when we get Rico going out there, all of a sudden it's, oh my God, it's Rico. Mind you, yes, Rico is doing his thing, and Rico is carrying this offense, but you cannot discredit the throws that Bryce has made, these past couple games. My thing is, I think a lot of people would agree, is the fact that we need to see this consistently. Okay, and that's my thing. That's my thing with Bryce. And like I always say, I'm gonna give him credit when he deserves credit, and I will talk junk about him when he deserves the trash talk.
I'm
You
the
know what I
same
mean?
way with the Falcons.
Yeah,
Same
I,
way.
I I
They
I
can
will
get
do
it
that.
and they can
But
take it. I can give you. I'm the same
hmm
way.
So
yeah,
CJ,
but my
I
thing
don't.
is,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
go ahead. Hold on, look,
No, no,
which one
go
are you
ahead. Go
talking
ahead. Go
to?
ahead.
Look, which one of us you
No,
talking to?
I was talking
Well,
to the
let me go
Mustard
back
Season
because I
fan.
didn't I didn't answer his question. I'm gonna say I feel like Penix is on an upward trajectory. Has he arrived yet? No. I will say that I feel like Bijan is carrying the offense. I'm gonna say it as a Falcons fan. If Bijan goes down, God forbid, it changes the whole dynamic of our whole team. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. Do I like the dependence on him? No, but he's there. He's part of our team. He's making it happen. But I will say that regardless of that, Penix is still throwing for 200-300 yards a game. Lil Bryce is not doing that.
Yeah, but everybody keeps getting stuck. Let me tell
Yeah.
you,
Oh God.
if Bryce went out there and throw for 150 yards a game and 2 touchdowns, and we won every game for the rest of the season, I don't give a rat's ass about throwing for 300 yards. That's just me. Now, mind you, and I said this earlier, if there is a game where we need Bryce to be able to go out there and put up, 300 yards for us to be able to win, I want him to be able to do that. That's what I'm saying. But like Tony said, everybody's getting overly concerned with the yards. Oh, he didn't throw for this. Oh, he didn't throw for that. I'm thinking, but we won. Like you said, Tony, what coach, what organization, what fan base, but besides a lot of besides ours, okay, is out here getting mad because the running back is getting mad at the quarterback because the running back it ran for 200 yards, then ran for 188, and we won the game. But then you get mad at the quarterback.
Argument. I
Nobody.
hear you. I
Nobody.
think what it is though, at least from an outsider looking in, I just think that because Bryce has been so lack, I think that's why y'all getting flack. I don't think that people are really giving Penix flack. For one, he's still technically in his rookie year. This dude is only on his. We about to
Mm-hmm.
play the ninth game of his career. Year a little bit
Hey,
further along than Penix. I don't
uh,
feel like he is, but you expect that. But I think that's also feel like
hey, I don't know you can hear me now, but you going in and out bad, dog. You going in and out real bad.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
yeah, little better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all I was saying was I just feel like I think the reason why Bryce gets the flack he gets is because his seat is hotter than that of Penix's seat. Bryce is going on 3 years in the league, so.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
got you.
Well,
All right.
I would
But but
I'll
I but
agree
I
to
don't
disagree
see anything
with
wrong with Rico
that.
carrying y'all team. We'll just see how long he can carry y'all team. We'll see how long that works. But
It's not about Rico carrying. It's not about Rico carrying the team. It was never the Panthers' intention to have Rico Dowdle carry the team.
oh,
You
I
know,
agree. That
J-
came a couple games ago as an anomaly, and it worked, and y'all's coach stuck with it. And of course, if it's working,
Oh
stick with
man,
it. I get it.
there you go with that anomaly crap. You've been on Twitter.
so the first game was an anomaly when he ran for 206 yards. So the
Okay,
second game
maybe
when he ran,
anomaly wasn't a good choice of
hold
words.
on.
Anomaly wasn't a
So
good
so
choice of words. I'll give you that. It
okay,
wasn't a good choice of words.
all right. Thank you,
What I
thank you.
meant by that is, and I
But let's
think
go back.
even
Let's
y'all
go back.
hold
Let
up.
me.
What I meant by that,
Ho-
and I
ho-
think even y'all say y'all
hey,
wasn't expecting that.
hold on. Let Tony finish your point, Tony.
No, I was just gonna go back to what he was saying about Michael Pennis and his trajectory. I don't know much about football. I'm just like learning the game, right? So I remember scouting Michael Penix when he was coming out of college. I remember Michael Penix when not only when he was at Washington, but when he was at Indiana. Okay. Michael Penix became a better quarterback at Washington than at Indiana. What I said then, and to me, it's true now. When you heat up Michael Penix and he feels the pressure, he crumbles. There's not a game yet that Michael Penix has played, and it ain't have to be a game where he got sacked 5 or 6 times. I'm talking about just hitting them, getting the pressure, getting that pass rep pressure to him. He folds. He has a bullet of an arm. I love his arm. He has a bullet of an arm, throws accurate. To me, he don't put enough air on the ball a lot of times. A lot of times when you talk about short intermediate routes, there are times when you want touch passes or you need the passes layer over the linebacker. He doesn't do that. So he has things to clean up just as well as Bryce. But I told CJ this back then when Atlanta said they was taking it with the 8th pick. I was like, if they don't get a good enough offensive line around him, someone to block and give him time, he's going to crumble.
All right, go ahead, CJ.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Go
Yeah, no,
ahead.
I was gonna
Yeah, we
say,
hear you now.
we have that though. We have one of the best league lines in the league. So I mean, yeah, I feel like y'all rocked him, and you right, he buckled, and even after in the post game, he said it. He was like, I don't know, I
Mm,
just couldn't do nothing today. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
is what it
mhm.
is. But no, I mean that's any quarterback though. Y'all's quarterback as well. I mean, how many times will he be fumbling because people get in the backfield and rattle him? I mean, that's
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
any quarterback.
yeah, he done
If
it.
you rattle them, they're gonna fall off their game. I mean, we just did that to Josh Allen. He's the MVP of the league. We just did that to him
Mm-hmm.
on Monday night. That's any quarterback.
Right,
Okay,
So I
right.
okay.
mean,
But I'm about to say I'm gonna end it with this because my thing is a lot of people talking about the Panthers and this part carrying this part. I mean, we can say that the Falcons are kind of the same way. I mean, you got Michael Penix, but I'm not saying he's doing bad, but y'all got the number one ranked defense in the league. You got the number two ranked offense. But would you be safe to say that Bijan is carrying that offense?
I already said it. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, all
definitely.
right,
Definitely.
all
But
right,
I
cool
don't
bean.
feel like, but I also feel like we got other pieces. I'm going to tell you this because I know
Mm-hmm.
we about to end. What I'm interested to see with my team, because like I said, I'm a fan, but I'm also, I'm hard on them. I want to see
Mm-hmm.
that game when they do take Bijan out, how the offense will bounce back and still be able to recover. When somebody does do that, I want to see how we react, and I'm waiting on that.
All right, bet. All
Mm.
right, cool bean. All right, man.
Yep.
So
Well, shoot. Hey,
when that
go ahead,
happens,
Tom.
when that happens, and Bijan Robinson misses a game, win, lose or draw, I want you to come back and tell us about how Michael Penix played.
I'll come holler at CJ whenever I see him go live. So yes, if I
All right.
catch it, and I'm by my phone,
Appreciate it.
I tune in. I always do.
Yeah.
I
Shout out to all the
appreciate
I
it,
Panthers
dog.
fans. I know we rivals, but I still like fucking with y'all. No homo, because y'all fun people. So yeah, if I'm ever on, I lock in. So I got you.
Appreciate you,
all
man.
right.
Appreciate
All
it.
right,
Thank
all
you,
Cool.
right.
dog.
That's what
Have a
it
good
is.
day. Have a good day for
All right,
sure.
you too,
All
bro.
right. Peace.
All right, cool beans, cool beans. Yeah, man, that was cool. You know, like I said, I don't never mind bringing somebody up here and letting them get their points off. You know, it's
Yeah.
all love. It's all love. But that was fun. But you know, even that's why I said what I said at the end. You know, as much as as much as hell as we give the Falcons fans give us, and we give the Falcons fans. If you look at these two teams right now, how things are going right now, they're similar in more ways than either
They
fan base
are.
probably want
They
to
are.
admit. You know what I
They
mean?
are.
So,
They
but
are.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
They
But all
are.
right. Cool beans.
We they both got a uh excellent running game. Um, I think the wide receivers thing is kind of equal now. When you
Mm-hmm.
talking about Drake London to compared to T Mac. Um, the defenses are playing soundly. Us.
Mm-hmm.
We were the worst rush defense in the league history last year, giving up the third
Facts.
most points in NFL history. We have like completely did a 180 on that. And like I was saying to you a couple of days ago, CJ, when we were talking, I was like, I want to see us get sacks. I want to see us get more pressure on the quarterback. But at this point in time, the biggest deficiency that the Panthers had last year was stopping the run. So
Mm-hmm.
we have done almost a complete 180 when it comes to that. I think the sacks will come and they'll come in bunches. But I'm glad that we have defense outside linebacker rush in defenders that can not only try to get after the quarterback, but can set the edge and stop the run. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that we went in free agency and got bigger bodies and got guys that can play, a true five, so we could play a true five down lineman, at the line of scrimmage. Like I always
Mm-hmm.
said, if you want to run a 3-4 defense or wherever the case may be, especially five down linemen, you gotta have a nose tackle because that is the weakest point in a 3-4 defense. That is the weakest point, straight up the middle. The on ball linebacker and that nose tackle. And
I
now you
feel you.
seeing the roles reverse between Wallace and Rose Boom. Now both of them out there playing like their hair on fire. The first two games,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh hell, nah, this is not gonna work." I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but the last three games, the last two games, them guys have really been playing good football. You know what I'm saying? Really good football. So I'm just hope that I just want to see all that carry over on the road, and then I believe when if that I believe if that does happen, sacks will come eventually.
Mm-hmm. Hey, let me say, you talking about Wallace and Roseboro. Well, let me say, what's that long haired breed of dog? Is it the border collie? Ones that had the long hair. Let me say, hey, Roseboom is out there. He ain't got that mic no more. They just like, hey, right
Yeah.
there. He's like, all right, I got you, boss. I'm gone. All you see is that hair flying in the damn wind.
Hey,
But yeah,
them boys
man.
coming, they coming downhill, man. I mean, that was something
Mm-hmm.
that Trevor Wallace wasn't doing last year or the first two
Mm-hmm.
or three games this year. But now you seeing
Mm-hmm.
it. You seeing it, and I
Yeah.
and I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Hey, and Roadmaster, you couldn't said it better right there. That we getting pressure, just not the
Right.
sacks. Yeah, I cannot
Right.
count how many times the Panthers have been like right there at the quarterback and they've been able to get the ball off. But again, I think that has a lot to do with Evero and that zone he plays. Because to me, there is always a hole in. I mean, I know the offense, if you're playing against his own defense, you go out there, you try to find that hole in the zone, you try to sit down, make yourself available for the quarterback so he can get rid of the ball. You know what I mean? But Evero in that defense, that I think that's one thing that's killing us this year on defense. It is that zone. My thing is the opposing quarterbacks is
Mhm.
it's always somebody wide open that they can get the ball to. Always, and it's always like right before we can get to them. And on the few plays where we're able to kind of hold everybody at bay as far as the secondary and the linebackers, then you see us be able to get to those quarterbacks. Okay. But the thing is, they got enough time in the pocket. Somebody is usually finding some kind of a hole in that zone, somewhere. And shit. In
Right.
last game, most of it was on Mike Jack's side. So, not trying to hate on Mike Jack, but yeah, but he was, yeah, he got torched last week by Mr.
Yeah, I
Pickens.
see
Yeah.
Roadmaster last comment. He said, "I hate this shell coverage. We have press man QBs. No, we don't.
Well, we got
Mike Jack
one.
is not a press. Yeah, but he's saying that says QBs, not QB. I mean,
No,
cornerbacks.
it's
He
cornerback.
said,
Yeah, cornerback. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Mike
Mm-hmm.
Jack is strictly a zone corner. He's
Yeah.
not press
Now,
man. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
he that has never been his thing. That has never been his thing. Corey Thornton plays better press man coverage than Mike Jack.
Yeah, and that's why I said on the recap, I was like, is it time to see a little bit more of Corey Thornton in certain situations? Now, mind you, and this is why I say, Evero's stubborn with that defense, because it's like, dude, you see Mike Jack struggling, okay? And I'm not saying that Mike Jack is going to get out there and struggle every week.
Yeah,
You're not going to. He's not going to have a George Pickens game every week. We have not seen that out of him since he's been with Carolina. Okay, he's going to go out there and he's going to have good games, But my thing is, when you see your number two cornerback getting torched like that, you need to start making adjustments. You need to start rolling that safety over the top. Because I was there at the game, I promise you, every time the Panthers had a single high safety, that the first place he looked was George Pickens. Every single damn time. The absolute first place he looked. All right. Now, mind you, there was some play, there were a few. When you saw the safety roll over towards George Pickens' way, and Dak would hike the ball, I was like, all right, bet, let me go on another way here. But my thing is adjustment. You know what I mean? But yeah.
yeah.
Hold on, let me go back to this and shout out to Mr. Hunky Dory because I did not give you your due props here. Thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Okay, it was a
Yeah.
lot going
Appreciate it,
on
Mr.
early,
Hunky Door.
yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you, and for everybody that is now a member of the front office, welcome. All right, and again, thank you, Mr. Hunky Door. As always, I greatly appreciate you. All right. And let me go back to his comment. It said, soft shell zone setup, hate it. 4 or 5 extra steps prevent us from getting sacks or hurries. Yeah. Yeah. Because my thing is, if you
Well,
got your defensive, well, I'll say this, Tony. If you got your outside linebackers teeing off and getting there to the quarterback, but you got your cornerbacks playing 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, my thing, that's an easy throw right there. You go out 7, 8
yeah,
yards, you
that
do a
is.
comeback route. That's an easy throw. I mean, you might make it
Yeah.
a little close to the line of scrimmage. My ass could go out there and maybe make that throw,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, yeah. If 15 yards off, what zone is supposed to cover? So I'm wide open to the cornerback, 15 yards off. Yeah, I got you. I got you. 336, what's going on? He said you can't roll the safeties the entire game. Mike Jack got to guard his yard. I get you. I get you. I get you. But in the same sense of, okay, cool. So you got Pickens out there, and just like J.C. Horn said when he went to the coaches on that last drive, and was like, let me have him this last drive. You know what I mean? Like my thing is his defense so set up to the point where JC and Mike Horn can't switch sides of the field if necessary. You know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
told you what they could do with that. Huddle up. When you break the huddle,
Hmm.
Mike JC Horn is going wherever um George Pickens go. That side is split coverage. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Split coverage. Whatever side JC Horn on, they playing man. They playing cover two cloud or cover two
Hmm.
safety on the other side. That's all it
Yeah.
is. I,
Yeah.
I
I
got
feel you.
I got George Pickens wherever he go, we man up. If he goes into the slot, then that's easy. Then you bracket him. You
Mhm.
bracket him. Now I'm playing under with a safety over the top.
Yep.
It ain't rocket science. It ain't hard.
Said JC been asked to travel with the first or with the ones all season. It's facts. That's what I'm saying. He's that set in his ways. But I mean, now mind you, this is the most I've seen Evero budge in his stubbornness since he's been at Carolina. Okay, because it's usually when Evero makes the decision, you're here, like that's a wrap. It's like Shy
Hmm.
Tuttle. You know, like post shot Tuttle got used and abused for 2 years straight until they finally decided to let him go. I was shocked. I was shocked that they switched the Mike linebacker. I was shocked that Trevor Wallace got the green dot. You know, I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. And my thing is, and you see what that has led to, and mind you, a lot better for the run game. I think it's been a lot better for the defense being set and ready to play too as well. Because especially in the New England game, you saw Christian Rosewell. It's like he was just jumping like you know, it was like everybody was well, and I hate to bring that game back up and bring everybody was just discombobulated that entire game. You know, like nothing was going right. You know, but my thing is like,
Right.
you know, Evero is just from a fan standpoint, it's just stubborn. Okay. Now, mind you, I don't
Yeah.
know all the X's and O's and the different ins and outs of his scheme. You know what I mean? But my thing is this, and like 336 did said, you know, can't roll coverage all game, every game. Okay. But my thing is this: you have a number one cornerback. You have a cornerback who's making damn near $100 million. You know what I mean? Like I said, even if you're gonna go out there and you sticking with that damn zone or whatever, my thing is his scheme is so intricate and detailed. It's like they can't do this. You know what I'm saying? So like I
Yeah.
said, that's how I look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, he said if Evero gets mad then bench me. So I'm going with wide receiver one. I'm telling you. Hey, I said this the other day. So you see Rico Dowdle, he said he went to the coaches and was like, "Hey coach, can you run this play sometime this game?" Okay, cool. You see JC said, "Hey coach, you know, let me go get Pickens for this last drive." My thing is, I'm like, I don't know, I'll be highly shocked if any of these players ever watch a single minute of my podcast. But if anybody could relay a message to them, if you know, I want to see some more of y'all going to these coaches and saying, "Hey, let's try this. Hey, let's do this." You know what I mean? Because my thing is the stuff that they're going and telling them so far is working. You know what I mean? So I hope that these players
Yeah.
are going back and telling these coaches, "Hey, I see this. I see that. You know they're doing this when this guy goes. They're just the little intricacies of the game and whatnot. I love to see it. The players being able to go to the coaches, and I hope it continues, especially on the defense. Hey, look, Commander
Right.
said sometimes you got to call. Hey, got to call
Hmm.
your own number. I feel
Yeah.
you, man.
Quick,
What was
quick
that
way to
TV
find your
show that
stuff on the sidelines.
yeah. What was the TV show where oh god, oh, was it All American? Was it All American when a man went out there and they called that they made the adjustment on that last play of the game when no boy was like, "I'll meet you in the end zone." What what was it? Tay Diggs
Hmm.
is the coach if I ain't mistaken. Yeah, but anyway. All right. So, but yeah, man, but that's it for the preview. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to CJ, the Panther fan that joined us here for a little bit. Appreciate you, big dog. Shout out to the gifted memberships, Mr. Hunky Dory, the super chats, Big Tip Drill will re-upping as a member of the front office. Okay. So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all the love and support. Again, I think like I said, I'm sticking with my guns here. This is to me this is the ultimate trap game for these Carolina Panthers. Okay, we won 3 out of 4. We haven't looked good on the road, and we're going back on the road. So I need Carolina to make sure they go up there and remember that they actually do know how to play football. Okay, and they can play football when they're not. They can play proper football when they're not at Bank of America Stadium. I need them to go up there and remember that. Okay. But I do think this is a game that does favor the Panthers in a lot of ways. I will not discredit the Jets or be like, "Oh, it's just the Jets." Because like I said, it's any given Sunday. Never know what's going to happen in this NFL. All right. But like I said, I do feel good about this weekend. Hopefully, all right. Next time we meet, it'll be Victory Monday. All right. So, cuz, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
Keep pounding, man.
And look, I'm gonna do like Chad Johnson. He was like, keep pounding, bitch. Let me
Oh,
tell you.
wow.
Also, Chad Ocho Cinco. Yo, that shit cracks me up every time. They had Rico Dowdle on there this past week, and he said, you about to go to practice, right? Rico was like, yeah. He said, all right. He said, need to carry a message for me. He said, tell the boy, I said, keep pounding, bitch.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, yo, that is hilarious. All right, y'all. Again, man, like I said, I appreciate all the love and support. Before y'all get out of here, if y'all haven't, please consider subscribing to the channel. Again, I am as of the start of this video, I was 55 subscribers away from 2,000, and I appreciate y'all help and support of getting to that goal. All right, and if you have already, thank you, and if you haven't, please make sure you do before you get out of here. All right. So as always, you can catch me on all social media at Armchair GM CJ. If y'all want to check out my work truck karaoke that I do after the Panthers games, I work from home on Monday, so my first day going into the office is Tuesday every week. Won't be this week because I'm off for this week. Shout out to the missus. Okay, this will be 19 years of us being married. All right, so shout out to the missus. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you for everything that you do for me, dear. But yeah, I won't be in the office this week. But I'll probably do something still.
Oh.
Boy, you better know it. That's my baby. You better know it. But I'll probably do something still. But yeah, go over there and check out my TikTok and check out my little my work truck karaoke's I'll be doing. I'll be trying to remix songs after these Panther games when I go to work. All right. But again, I appreciate all the love and support. And as always, Panther Nation, I'm going to leave y'all with 3 things. And hold on, let me see. Wait a minute. All right. Let's see. Okay. So, as always, Panther Nation, I'm going to leave y'all with 3 things. Number 1, y'all be good. Number 2, y'all be safe. And number 3, as always, Panther Nation, keep pounding, man. I'll see you.